All right, we now have a quorum. Let's get it started. Oh right, I forgot. We're not where we were last time. That's not what I wanted. There it is. Don't mind me as I put us all back. There we go. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Marcus Summers, Major Linux, twitch.tv/Major Linux, and it's time once again for another episode of Tech Talk Thursdays. It is April 2nd, 2026. It is the second day of Autism Acceptance Month. Motherfucker, you better accept us before we split your wig. Of course, I'm one of your hosts, Marcus Major Linux Summers. I'm joined this week and every week by Kevy Kev. It's your boy Kev in the building.
I would have switched too.
I assume the horn was a mispress.
Yes.
You know that was also that because I also realized then the Switch 2 went on sale on Woot for like $50 less.
Okay,
so I was like,
there we
dang.
go. Now the fell horns.
So the womp womp track. So I was like, yeah, okay, all right.
Of course, pressing the buttons for all the sounds. Joining us from beyond the bed,
Summoning us for revolution.
I'm really debating on whether or not I want to give Discord money again so I can use those sounds here. I've really thought about that today. The Sunflower Sovereign, Sinzyak, is in the building.
With, in high definition.
Crystal Claro. That's right. We over here, we gonna eat the rich. Again, I wonder where we have gone as a society where we stopped saying eat the rich. Now it's all tax the rich. Man, fuck those motherfuckers. If we eat them, we can just take all their money.
Like tax the rich was like 10 years ago. That didn't go that far. Now
I will.
Forks out.
I for one, given the day that we're on, I need to say that I for one will not be eating the rich. We don't have an interest in that. As a matter of fact, today's episode will be dedicated to the many benefits of capitalism and expressing that we too would like to be very rich people. We're all going to be working for an AI company that we're going to found. We're in our third round of venture capital funding, like Series A, B, C minus. I don't know. One of those.
April Fool's was yesterday.
A little late. Is this a out of, like, to quote that man who taught that man in Diablo Immortals? Is this a off color? Is this a out of date April Fool's?
Is it out of band update? Like, what are we doing?
It is in fact, because we didn't have a show yesterday.
So, look, I was watching one of my favorite communist creators on TikTok, and she got on and was talking about, yes, we're gonna have a reading from from the most powerful girl boss, Hillary Rodham Clinton. I was like, whoa, what the fuck are we even talking about? And I was like, who? but it hit me extra hard today because I watched it today and not yesterday.
Did I did?
Did I hear venture capital? I know all about that. I code now, but my AI is chasing me back to the vibe. I am watching my YouTube algorithm now for reasons that will become clear later. Is showing me a whole bunch of like tool tips and stuff for Claude Code. Some of it is useful, but some of it's like, okay, see, this is why we can't have nice things. But then I get my Reddit digest. Yes, Reddit still emails me the digest. There is still useful information on Reddit. But mostly now it's people in Claude and Anthropic subreddits being really mad at their tool of their session usage. Like, I'm running out of session use, like session time, like way earlier than I used to. It, dog, that sounds like a problem. Y'all are doing way too much over there. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Sucks to be you though. Paying $200 a month and y'all still running. Couldn't be me.
Could be me though.
So yeah, that's been a time. I've been digging deep into that, and it's been interesting. I do want to apologize, even though I have a feeling these two won't let me do it. For not having a show last week, was going through a little bit of something. I'm okay. I am wanting to believe it was a health scare. I am a person who is wildly unhealthy, and then when trying to get healthy, I tend to overdo it. This last week's episode was blood pressure. And if you take too much medication, it'll work. A lot. Too much, too well. Merge
It was
pain.
too much of a good thing.
Too much of a good thing. $200 a month for Claude. Max, I think it's like max 20, what they're calling it. Was in the hospital for that on New Year's. Whew, jeez. Oh wait, too much of a good thing or low blood pressure?
Yeah. No, your medicine was trying to regulate it, and your medicine said, "Apps, yes, lower it." How much? Yes.
Yeah. See, I constantly run high on my BP. So when I went low,
Mine too.
my blood pressure medication was like, no, we're gonna do the reverse Michelle Obama. When we go low, when they go low, we go lower.
We go high. We go lower. Lower. How
when
far? Yes.
when they go low, how is the ceiling?
Yes. That was
Well,
like we are standing on the line and we don't even see it. Look,
Merge.
We are standing on the ceiling.
Merge Major is not rich. I will say though, look, overage charges can catch up on a nigga real quick though.
I'm not rich. I'm fiscally irresponsible.
Yes. And I only let it keep going because again, that bonus was just sitting there. It's like, but shit, I gotta burn this somewhere. Just keep shoveling it. No, I am not spending $200 a month on Claude. Damn it. Well, that reminds me. While I did not spend money on a Switch 2 because I already have one, I did buy some mesh nodes.
Yay!
So now I can talk to people without the internet, maybe, depending on things.
Yep.
But this is my mesh core node, and this is my Meshtastic node. They are both the same thing, but I flashed them with different versions. So now I can talk on both networks because they do not talk to each other.
Yes. That was one of those things I sent you, where it was like from the grumpy engineer, because I love grumpy engineer talk, because
So
that's just
you weren't the first.
yeah.
You,
'Cause I was like,
you weren't
yay.
the first. You may have been the last.
I was the last, yeah. But I was among the
You were amongst the folks. Shout out
amongst the folks.
Shout out to Guild, who came before Kev
Yeah.
to show me some stuff, and then again, like just by the nature of being on Mastodon, that's how I initially found out about it. But yeah, like because of the bonus stuff, I was like, all right, let's move on some stuff that I probably would not buy any other time. Granted, these were not expensive. They're like $60 a pop, which still isn't bad. Like even like what I really want though is the BlackBerry looking one, like just a self-contained unit, and that's like 100, and that's really what I want.
Okay.
But yeah, while you're tuning in the status while I'm playing game, yeah, hobby, I will match that energy of yes, I did spend the 100 though, because again, those overage charges. BB stuff is scary. So glad you were okay. A few years ago, my watch told me that my heart rate was high. Woke up on the floor with paramedics holding me up. Woo, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was glad. So I was starting to keep track of that stuff, the blood pressure stuff. Was excited when my phone told me. So like I have a blood pressure cuff that will upload the data to this other health app I'm using, but I've been manually inputting them into the Apple Health app. And it usually would tell me, hey dog, your blood pressure's high. Are you sure about that? Until it stopped doing that. And I was like, ooh, yay. It's normal now. Until it dropped below. And it was like, yeah, dog, you should probably see somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, Claude, program my new BP.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like the mesh task, yeah, these two nodes are pretty good. Found a small community of people here in North Carolina that was very helpful in getting me set up. I talk to it, like I connect to these nodes via Bluetooth and kind of just chat in the little app there. I did buy some aftermarket parts. So as you can see here, I've got this antenna, which is very loose because it does not screw on very tightly to this node. I actually had to buy an adapter to get the antenna to work. So I learned a lot about antennas and radio signals over the past week, not thanks to Claude, because I was like, all right, I'm going to use regular degular Google for this. But yeah, got the antennas, and now like surprisingly, even for these small antennas, it can now reach over into the other side of Raleigh. So I'm like on the east side. I can actually reach West Raleigh now, which actually is a distance from where I am. So yeah, it's been pretty cool. Talking to people from all over the country, across the state and stuff like that. I'm so shit at code that I needed Claude to kickstart interest again. Now I'm doing stuff in OJS that I thought was dark magic. I can even hop into Manhattan from Brooklyn with my Meshtastic. I need to update it, but woo. Yeah, I would say look at, like, one thing is maybe look into some antennas. Like even, again, like these small, like these are cheap antennas, like cost me like $10 a pop. Popped them on, and yeah, now I can see like a good distance away from my house. Um, but yeah, I mean, so yeah, I'll probably get into some AI stuff a little bit later, probably at the end of the show. But let's see. In news this week, Iran is running things in I fucked that up though. I'm gonna try it over again.
I was like, come on.
In this week's show, Iran is still running things in the Persian Gulf. Oracle got social media money, but not labor money. And it's getting really expensive to be a Sony pony out in these streets. This and so much more on this week's episode of Tech Talk Thursday, starting with broken cameras again. Hold on, don't mind me. I'm just gonna fix this real quick. There we go. Did it. I fixed it. Apple says that no iPhones in lockdown mode have ever been hacked. This is from Mac Rumor. Quote, we are not aware of any successful mercenary spyware attacks against a lockdown mode enabled Apple device, end quote, an Apple spokesperson told TechCrunch. For those who do not know, lockdown mode is available on iPhone, iPad, and Mac and dramatically restricts certain system features that are commonly exploited by mercenary spyware. When enabled, it blocks most message attachment types, disables certain complex web technologies, and prevents devices from automatically joining non-secure Wi-Fi networks, among other restrictions. Apple designed the feature specifically to protect high-risk users such as journalists, activists, lawyers, and others who may be personally targeted by sophisticated nation-state level attacks. This is coming on the heels of that Washington Post reporter who got scooped up by the Department of Justice. And the DOJ could not get into... Oh, that's right. I forgot something too, but I'll get into that in a second. The DOJ couldn't get into the phone because it was locked down with Apple's lockdown mode. Nobody can hack you as long as you hold the phone, right? Yep, Bird. You got it, Bird. You got it. You got it, big dog. Dancia oh, geez. I am so sorry. Dancia Serpile, head of the security lab at Amnesty International, said he and his colleagues, quote, have not seen any evidence of an iPhone being successfully compromised by mercenary spyware where lockdown mode was enabled at the time of the attack, end quote. And I almost forgot. Speaking of the Department of Justice, Pamela Bondi's out of a job.
Amula Bamula is working somewhere in the public sector.
Well, not anymore. She's probably gonna get some of that Fox News money now.
Hold on for a moment. You say working somewhere in the public sector?
No, she won't be. Because they're trying to privatize everything.
Trying to privatize everything. She's gonna be like senior legal correspondent.
Yup.
On like one of them good things, like Newsmax, OAN. Probably not Fox News because they say Fox News that ain't really the people channel, so it's probably gonna be OAN.
OEM.
What was it? The Lindell TV.
Oh, don't remind me.
Chief legal correspondent of Lindell TV.
You know that man got served during the interview, right?
That's
sorry,
right,
no, he didn't, because they were having an interview at the time.
Yeah, he was like, it doesn't count. It's on TV.
Ma'am, I'm on TV.
No, that's what he said. He's like, I'm filming
TV.
right now, and he's like,
I'm on TV.
And as soon as
Currently
he
on
TV,
he can't.
And what makes it so bad? The man who was interviewing him was about to grab.
Oh, hey, no, they were just like, hey, what's that piece of paper right there? What did she try to hand you? What was it?
And he tried to grab the subpoena, and then Lindell finally took it, and the server was like, "Be blessed, my job is done." Cause it's like, cause how cool is it so somebody could be like, they didn't get subpoenaed, and it's on in a TV interview that they got subpoenaed.
Imagine them being like, I didn't see the paperwork. I don't know what you're talking about. And then someone says,
Exhibit A.
Can we have Exhibit C, comma 1, please? And it's just the whole clip. And then all of the meme clips of people being like set to music of like him watching the.
It's AI.
That was
Yeah.
that was AI. People can just
was
make up all sorts of things.
It was the equivalent of like it was like the Frederica. It was like Senator Frederica from Florida, and like one of this was the first Trump administration. It was like and I don't know if it was like the former ESA guy. I don't know. It's like so he basically was saying like she was like basically being an empty barrel, and like dedicating everything, making it about herself. I think they were christening a new FBI thing, and so they were like, she's taking up all this time, she's talking, she's being like an empty barrel, and then the Miami Herald was like, oh, we were there. Would you like to see the video? And they
Yes.
pulled the video, out, and she said literally 10 words. Shouted out 2 people, and then stepped off stage and let the local director speak. When I tell you the level of receipts of like, I'm sorry, what was that again? And they were like, oh, I'm sorry, what was that again? You said she was making it all about herself, and she clearly only said like 10 words, and then shout out 2 people, and then passed it off to the local director of that unit. You got something to say about that? Like, that was a level of, I have not seen a level of receipts that I have seen so quickly, because Miami was like, you sure about that? And Miami Herald was like, you sure about that?
Sure about that?
You sure about that? You sure about that?
That's very interesting that you say that. Can we just, do you mind if we ask a question about this real quick? And just
roll the clip.
bring the action.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Not beautiful bean footage. I hate.
I'm like, you know, that was the crispest like pair of receipts that I've ever seen in my life. And it was like her just saying like 5-10 words, pointing, like shouting out 2 people, for being responsible for it, and then being like, all right, I'm gonna take a step back, in my resplendent pink pantsuit, and I'm gonna go talk to somebody else. Meanwhile, your guy has 2-hour rallies, and you're talking about the black lady being the empty barrel? I think not.
Wow.
Please, bro.
Again, we're very, very willing to review the footage if you want. Just if you could just explain what we have seen and witnessed, we would be so thankful for your assistance in this trying time.
Meanwhile, your guy has photographical evidence of people passing out at rallies because it's so hot and they're so tired. They haven't had water for hours waiting for you, and hours while they're up talking to you, and they pass out in the back of you.
It's just practice for election day. That's all it is.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Ain't it illegal to hand out water in Georgia?
It is. I think they're going against that, but it's one of those like, I tell you, bro.
Also,
we sure do tell you what.
Also, the fact that we're gonna try to rein in mail-in voting, but I'm also gonna mail my ballot.
I'm mailing my ballot. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, major. That critique, I feel, is a bit too much and a little bit too far.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. How dare I?
That's just uncouth and unfair. Listen, it's listen, this stuff is difficult, okay? Like, you can't expect people to manage Medicare, Medicaid, childcare, all this other stuff, right? Like, we got, like, the states can handle, like, this thing that you're complaining about, right? We have a war on our hands.
Like I said, we can't talk about.
Gas is $5. Like gas is
We can't
$5.
afford-
Can we
we
just
can't-
get back
we-
to like
can't-
kitchen table issues?
we can't afford childcare, but we could pull this war out on the Groupon real quick. Like
We got war money, but we ain't got childcare money.
we ain't got childcare war. No. You don't understand. We always got war money. We can pull war money out. But childcare money and healthcare money, nah, we ain't got that, baby.
You give nearly $1 trillion and ask for 200 billion more, nigga. What?
That's
Okay.
that's a level of,
Oh wait, actually,
People
Kevin, I
we
gotta stop
serve
you
can-
right there.
we were literally out here like that man. We were literally like Oliver up there up in the line. Please, sir, can I have some more? More? What do you mean more?
So Kevin, I see you, I hear you, but have we considered the speed at which somehow, because we're talking about not having money for things, right? I see you and I hear you, but can I just invite us all to reconsider how suddenly money for funding and the TSA and all this other stuff was found within 48 hours after Delta went, hey, real quick, got a lot going on over there. We understand that you're very busy and stuff, but if you don't figure out whatever's going on with this, or that this TSA situation gets figured out, you are gonna have to stand in line with normal people.
I wouldn't have given it back.
I'm like, I can't stand outside. And Freddie Cruz was like, I can't stand outside with normal people. What am I supposed to do about that?
Like they already catch me on film in the first place.
In the first place, like
I was sitting there. I remember seeing that announcement, and the first thing I thought was, "Oh, it's up." And it's not even because I wasn't. Although I know that for a lot of people, they were thinking about it from the standpoint of, "I don't want to be around the poors and the commoners and all this other stuff." And I'm just like, you know what that's giving for me? People who are just like, it's one thing for us to enact whatever policies we want to enact that's like making life difficult for other people. It's a completely different level for us to then have to be in line with the same people who are able to hold us accountable in real time, because it would take exactly 0.5 of a black person to be in line, be like, look at them, spot one of those people in line being like, oh, I know you fucking lying in this Hartsfield, Atlanta. Actually, hold up for a second.
Wait, is that Rafael Cruz? Is that Rafael Cruz over there?
Is that Cruz?
It's Rafael.
Theodore. What the?
That's all, dude. That's it. That's all it would take. That thing would be a shutdown immediately.
That's the equivalent, man. Like, are you?
And
I know I peeped you.
And I couldn't help but think of Major.
You look familiar. Where have I seen you from?
I couldn't help but think of Major at this time. I feel like those circumstances are the kind of circumstances that Major prays for, that everyone like Major prays for, where it's just like, you are in a mob of people where that line is real long and real slow moving, and I would be the TSA agent being like, ID.
What TSA agent?
Like, take it.
What TSA agent?
Me.
It's like,
because that's it. Because
they were all sick.
Oh no.
What TSA agent?
No. That's the day.
Blue.
Oh, no. That's the day I absolutely would have clocked in. So I would have been like, give me that shit.
I'll do this for free. I'll do this for free.
It's like that song. It's like that song. And now look at me, and this opportunity is standing right in front of me.
I absolutely would have been
It's
moving
like,
moving people through those lines as
you,
slow
right
as
where I
stuff.
want you.
And someone would have been like, I would have been in that line too. Would have been like, oh, there he go. There who go? That Congress person who voted for all this, and would have went right back to anyway. So your idea is people would, and I'm just like, oh, I'm so sorry. There's a lot going on back here. I'm sorry. It's gonna take us like 30 to 40 minutes maybe to get us through this line. Oh, it's about my lunch break too. Actually, I'm gonna have to shut down this line. So there are only 3 lines left. and there is like a room full of people who are like standing room only. I'm so sorry if you're going to be late to your flight today. I wish there were more of us here, but we're not getting paid at the moment. So some of us decided to show up not to work. I'm a man of the people.
I hope hopefully you don't get beat like Bautista beat your daddy.
So I'm here. Damn. Well, y'all act right while I'm gone. I'll be back in an hour.
Damn, y'all want some? I'm going to the press. I'm going to Annie Ann's. Y'all want some?
Y'all need some for roll-ups.
The Ruby Tuesday too. The Chili's too.
Look, I'm finna hit up this duty free shop. Anybody want something? You know, little something take the edge off. Cause
I'm going to Hood to News. Y'all need a magazine.
Sky Mall. We doing Sky Mall right here. Anybody need Sky Mall? No.
Girl, I heard them fragrances were on sale.
Anybody need a Harlequin novel to read in the midst of? Hello? Anybody?
Now I know they said it's illegal around here, but y'all need some water.
Yeah, we got all these bottles, unopened bottles of water that we had to confiscate, and we haven't even gotten it. We haven't even.
They're frozen.
Oh, hey, wait, have y'all checked in y'all guns yet? Don't bother checking the guns in. Just come on over here. Y'all were gonna get locked up when you got to California anyway. Don't worry about it. Oh, y'all going to Texas? Oh, okay. Oh, bet. Oh, that's right, because Raphael in the line.
That's right. Fletty Cruz? Gotcha.
Oh, wait a minute. You said you going to Texas. You want to get an autograph from that man right there.
Oh, by the way, there's that one congresswoman who will sit there and do Israel's bidding for free. Couldn't be me.
Couldn't be me, though.
Anywho, apparently Apple's lockdown mode has yet to be defeated, much to Israel's chagrin.
Yep.
Speaking of Israel, Iran threatens imminent attack. I'm sorry.
We love to hear about things happening in Iran.
Yes, thank you, Iran. Thank you. Iran threatens imminent attack on U.S. tech companies in the Middle East. This is coming from Engadget, and they've already started.
Yeah.
AWS is down in the Middle East again.
Yep. You got to do the backups.
The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps says it's targeting Apple, Google, Microsoft, Meta, Nvidia, and Tesla, among others. So look, y'all keep going. We done stopped y'all gas. And y'all still... Okay.
No, these people, like, their only response to the nonsense of the U.S. government was, "Oh no, y'all come a little bit closer, see what happens."
Exactly. Like, y'all, see, y'all keep fucking around.
We invite you to come close enough to find out. Very much the energy of, I hope this email finds you.
Yes.
Before I do.
Strapped to this drone. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, a branch of Iran's armed forces, has threatened to target U.S. tech companies operating in the Middle East. It told employees of 18 companies, including Apple, Google, Meta, and Nvidia, to quote, to leave their workplaces immediately to save their lives. End quote. As CBS News reported, those living close to the company's facilities in the region were instructed to evacuate immediately as well. Microsoft, Oracle, Tesla, HP, Intel, Palantir, Boeing, Dell, Cisco, and IBM are also among the companies that the IRGC named. Quote, since the main element in designing and tracking terror targets are American information communications technology and AI companies in response to this terrorist operation, from now on, the main institutions effective in terrorist operations will be our legitimate targets. End quote. The RGC said in a statement, The military force warned it will start targeting the companies on Wednesday evening if more Iranian leaders are killed. Try me, motherfucker. Try me.
Like I like I say, Iran was what Iran. Like I can't understand anybody wanting to pick a fight with someone where the core like foreign policy is don't like like hey
Like you could just
don't
not.
right. It's literally people being like, we don't want to do this. Even like when he was his most lucidness, Joe Byron was like, "Nah, I don't think we need to do that." Like, "Nah, I don't think we need to do that." And they basically said, "Well, we'll talk to your replacement." And then we wait. Well, we'll wait till this plays out. And they went to the other guy, and the other guy was like, "Oh, gas no brakes, baby. Let's do it. You know, I'm here for a good time, not a long time, baby. Let's go." And so, yeah, that's pretty much what happened. And it's like, but again, it's people being like, we don't want this to happen because I don't think we want to. Like, nobody looked at the overall the Persians or parts of the Ottoman or the old Shahs of Iran and said, "Yo, let's not do this. Maybe we shouldn't do this."
Well, I mean, of course the U.S. wasn't going to do it because the U.S. put them there.
Like you know it's bad when the Romans don't want to mess with the Iran with the Shahs, with the old Shahs back in the day. And my man Khosrow was out here throwing knuckles with Justinian, and Justinian was like, "Brother, you don't want to like." Khosrow was like, "You don't want to mess with me. I've been fighting Romans for a long time. My daddy fought y'all. I don't want to fight y'all." To the point where my man said, "I will build a better Antioch. I will take the Antiochians, pull them from their home, flatten the city, build my own Antioch, exactly the way your Antioch is, and make it my own Antioch. And I will make their place." You don't want to mess with that. You don't want to mess with that. It's a level of not only am I going, I'm also going to swim in the waters in your waters like the old Shahs of old. Don't play with me. And you want to mess with that, brother? No, I don't think you see. I don't think you get it. I don't think you get it. And they made it out the mud. And you gonna pop in there for 2 weeks and you think you're gonna be running stuff? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No.
I'm still trying to understand why they keep saying that Strait of Hormuz is closed.
It's the people are like, it's not closed.
It's not.
It's not closed.
Shit's been going in and out all day.
Talk about we were talking about it's closed. Man, it's closed. It ain't closed. It ain't closed at all. You see these ships running back. It's not closed.
That could be you.
That could be you, but you playing.
Y'all keep backing the wrong guy. I don't know what to tell you.
They said, don't start no more be none. Like,
China getting through. Russia getting through. India getting through. The fuck y'all doing?
What are we doing? People getting gas. They filling up. I don't know what the problem is. Do you see a problem? I don't see a problem. China, you see a problem? No. No. Modi, you see a problem? No. G, a problem? No.
Putin seeing so less of a problem. He's sitting in fucking oil to fucking Cuba.
Yeah. He's like, oh shit. It was him basically like,
Y'all weren't supposed to see that.
oh,
That's
you know,
that's what that
dang.
was.
It was very much like, oh, I need, oh shoot, I forgot.
Oh, was there a blockade? Is there a blockade? I just rolled right on through. Cuba, y'all need some more. I got some more for you.
Cuba, you need something? I got you. You need to hold something? I got you.
I got you, dog.
Cuba said, let me hold something. But chicken wing, baby. What do you need? and bro ain't gonna do nothing. Pooty poo gonna go right up there.
And not only that, we unsanctioned the fucking oil. We unsanctioned Russian oil, so now they just make it money.
Yeah, it's literally by him unsanctioning it. It's like they could just be like, cool. Cuba is under the Russian Federation protective state, and there's nothing Trumpy can do. Otherwise, some videos are gonna come out. And
And not only was the Russian oil unsanctioned, the Iranian oil just became unsanctioned. So now
it's washed. It's plain oil.
Iran could just sell oil to keep funding this shit. It's like,
Right.
bro, ain't nobody buying your shit. You asking for 200 million, you asking for 200 billion that you may not get,
You may not.
that you got to borrow.
Right.
We ain't got to borrow this money. We could just sell the oil, make cheaper shit, and keep you running out of your bullets.
Because we got our own. Because we really got our own oil.
We got off from home.
We got our own. The problem is, they talk about drill baby drill, but they ain't drilling enough. And Exxon's like, I don't think that's quite accurate.
Y'all said to try to sell that Venezuelan oil. They're like, nah. Exxon's like, I don't know, dog. This ain't hidden.
Nah, this ain't hitting like that Hormuz boy. That Hormuz hitting boy.
That Saudi oil.
That's Saudi Qatari. Yeah, that's the pure off the hunk right there. That's off the block.
Just
And they can't move it because it's like,
you got that yuan? Oh, you ain't got no yuan? You ain't got no yuan? You want to hit up the currency exchange? Go get some yuan?
it's like yuan, rubles? No? Okay.
I don't know what to tell you, dog. Like, look, it ain't closed, but you know,
It ain't closed.
you
but
gotta
it
pay
ain't-
some
it ain't closed,
tribute.
but it ain't open for you. It ain't closed, but it ain't open for you. So it's open. It's still open, but it ain't for you. GG's.
Sorry about that, bruh. Sorry about that, bruh.
Can we just briefly discuss how much of the cycles of news around this does seem to be your loud and outspoken person that you happen to be somewhat unfortunately acquainted with has gone and put their foot in their mouth, and now they're asking everybody that they know to step in and say something, and everybody's just like, yeah, like that thing you did over there, not really defensible at this point. So what we're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to figure that one out. You're gonna have to hold that one. Do you need me to call somebody to come and get you real quick? Do you need like a Uber back home? Because they're just like, why aren't you helping me argue with these people? Because that's none of our business. See, you would probably be a lot further in life if you would mind your business, but you didn't do that. That's why we're here now.
See, so then that's what I will refer you to this document, this one right here, the North Carolina Justice Academy concealed carry handgun training document that I have here. That tells you, just so you understand the North Carolina's gun laws, you can't just show up to defend somebody who's getting their ass whooped when they started the fight.
Yeah.
Like that's just illegal. You can catch a body.
And
Yeah.
so what they said was, unless you have a reason to be there that puts you in danger, mind your business.
Like, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Like, you can show up and defend somebody, but you find out after the fact that they're the ones who started that fight. Look, my instructor told me, you better have a list of people you are willing to go to jail for, to where you will jump in there with a gun and handle business and somebody getting their ass whooped. Because if I find out after the fact that you were popping your mouth, and now I'm, motherfucker, you better hope I don't get out. Cause I ain't catching no bodies. Oh, this thing was charging, but it's not anymore. I don't wonder why it stopped charging. Or did I plug in the right cable? I might not have plugged in the right cable. Damn.
What for the Switch too?
No, the Steam Deck.
Oh, okay.
Actually, hold on, let me find out. Why am I doing this in the middle of a show? But yeah.
I mean, you could do it, but you require.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just saying, maybe just don't. Like, you know, maybe you can fund healthcare and childcare. Yeah.
I mean, that would be great.
Moving on to some Gmail news. Don't like your Gmail address? You can finally change it. It's coming from Mac Rumors.
Apparently I can.
Oh. Google on Tuesday announced that you can finally change the Google account email address that you use for Gmail, Google Calendar, Google Photos, Google Drive, and more. But this ability is only rolling out to US accounts for now. The company did not indicate if or when this functionality will be available in other countries. You can switch it to any @gmail.com address, and your previous address will become an alias, ensuring that you retain ownership of your original email address. You can still sign in and send and receive emails with both addresses. And like Sin, I could not do it either. Because apparently somebody is still holding Major Linux stock. MajorLinux at gmail.com.
Same. Someone somewhere has Sinziak at gmail.com.
I actually have mine, so it's like, that's cool.
All right, now I think I am concerned. Because my Switch is charging, but my Steam Deck is not. I can't do this again. I can't do this again, Valve. Don't do this to me. I'm gonna have to go take it to another charger. And in more account news, OkCupid gave 3 million dating app photos to a facial recognition firm, the FTC says. This is coming from Ars Technica. OkCupid and its owner Match Group reached a settlement with the Trump administration for not telling dating app customers that nearly 3 billion user photos were shared with a company making a facial recognition system. OkCupid also gave the facial recognition firm access to user location information and other details without customers' consent. Wow.
Did Cupid okay that though?
Their check cleared. That's all that mattered to Cupid.
Given that lawsuit, apparently no, it didn't.
Oh, it cleared, but they still it still bit them in the ass at the end.
It's like just because the check cleared doesn't mean that money stays with them. It was like, oh, those ill-gotten gains was ill-gotten in like a month.
Grand opening,
ill-gotten gains got
grand closing.
Again. Grand closing, yeah. just because you do an illegal transaction, that don't mean you keep the money if you get caught. Like there's a what they call a sunk cost fallacy on that one. Like I said, do we do the crime and hopefully do the time, but we get to keep some of the gotten gains? And they
Well,
said, nope.
Well, I've got bad news for you on that front.
Uh-oh.
The dating site company said it's pleased to settle the matter without paying any fine.
Uh-huh.
Quote,
Yep.
While we do not admit any wrongdoing, we have settled this matter with the FTC with no monetary penalty to resolve an issue from 2014 and move forward. The alleged conduct at issue does not reflect how OkCupid operates today. Over the years, we have further strengthened our privacy practices and data governance to ensure we meet the expectation of our users. So yeah, the check cleared
Interesting.
and they got to keep the money.
Yep.
And this is why we're not doing taxes when 2027 comes, Bravo. Let me act.
According to the FTC complaint, quote, in September 2014, the CEO of Clarify Inc. emailed one of OkCupid's founders requesting that Humor Rainbow give Clarify Incorporated, i.e. the data recipient, access to large data sets of OkCupid photos. Despite not having any business relationship with Humor Rainbow, the data recipient sought Humor Rainbow's assistance because each of OkCupid's founders, including Humor Rainbow's president and Match Group LLC CEO, are financially invested in the data recipient. In response to this request, Humor Rainbow gave the data recipient access to nearly 3 million OkCupid user photos. Humor Rainbow's president and chief technology officer were directly involved in facilitating the data transfer. In addition to user photos, Humor Rainbow shared other personal data with the data recipient, including each user's demographic and location information. Humor Rainbow never executed a formal agreement or set forth restrictions governing the data recipient's access to or use of the OkCupid user data. The data recipient did not pay for the data. Oh. So they got it for free.
Yep.
So OkCupid just gave them the data.
Yep.
Just here you go. It's fine.
So it was like, oh. So no ill-gotten games. We just doing it for the love of the game, I guess. And then they were like, well, we'll put a little money on it. We back.
They bought. Hobby is saying that they bought the crypto.
Well, never mind.
Which I'm pretty sure it under the table.
As Kevin would say,
Mm-hmm.
And just so we're clear, Clarify's website says it offers AI services to military, civilian, intelligence, and government customers and to private sector companies in various industries. Oh yes, allegedly. Sprinkle allegedly all over it. So yeah, if, I don't know, update.
I don't know.
It's not like there's any
don't
money.
know.
Okay, what is a good deal for OkCupid? No, ours. What are you doing?
Yeah. So to put in this perspective, if you want to meet somebody, meet someone the old-fashioned way. Facebook single scroll. There you go. There are
go find them.
there are-
Go find them on Black Planet the way our ancestors used to.
Because there are sexy singles in your area.
What? No.
Mm-hmm.
Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. I am really getting concerned about the Steam Deck right now.
Mm-hmm. So yes, it's definitely one of those funny moments where it's like you really just did it, just doing it out here for the love of the game. Because real talk, come on, man. What are we doing? What are we doing at this point? Like for real, like what are we doing? Oh yeah, big allegedly. Because what what is even the point? Chat, what do y'all think about this? This is absolutely crazy. That Trump coin sounds like it is originally checked with seven for something. Oh yeah. It's one of oh, there you go. It's definitely not okay. Absolutely.
No,
Murder.
absolutely
It's definitely not okay. Not okay.
All right, so apparently the cable, either the cable or the brick is broken because it's
Oh, brick
charging.
broke?
It's charging over at my other charging spot that actually has a little readout that tells me how much voltage is going through it.
Okay.
So if something's up with this cable. I'll probably check. I'll check it out after the show. In more tech companies that have connects within the federal government, Oracle. And man, definitely in the running for most punchable face in all of humanity.
Like somebody beat him to it.
Okay,
It really
so,
does.
I mean, I was gonna say second place of that Australian dude.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Thousands lose their jobs in deep cuts at tech giant Oracle. His face looks like it's trying to escape.
It's like
This is from the BBC. So this article is going to be full of U's in places that where you shouldn't be. Tech giant Oracle made significant job cuts on Tuesday, according to senior employees posting online. Michael Shepard, a senior manager, was not affected by the job cuts, but wrote on LinkedIn that senior engineers, architects, operation leaders, program managers, and technical specialists had been let go. Some 10,000 people believed to have lost their jobs so far, one employee told the BBC on Tuesday, citing a drop in the number of staff active on Oracle's internal messaging system Slack. Thank you, Roy. Oracle declined to comment when contacted by the BBC News.
Can I just say?
Yes.
It is so delightfully shady that the people at Oracle probably still got more prior notice than Pam Bondi.
What in the bad Elon impression is happening? Well, look, while you're tuned into status where I'm playing game, yeah. Elon's dead. Stop it. And of course, yet another article that's throwing AI under the bus, which again is true, but also not true at the same time.
Well, before we jump into that, I mean, if we're talking about like the Oracle article here, is that what we're talking about?
I'm sorry.
These are talking about the Oracle article that
Yes,
right?
yes.
Throwing AI under the bus.
Yes.
I don't necessarily feel like it is. specifically throwing AI under the bus as much as it's talking about a larger issue. So, hi, today in the we're on the job market for the first time in the decade adventures. Um, boys don't say anything. With that in mind, one of the things that I've been seeing in my job searches is kind of this repeating pattern, especially in the tech industry where, where I reside at the moment, of being like, for reasons, like company does, we're going to look for people who have some kind of proficiency in communicating with tools like OpenAI, Claude, or whatever to develop a program or to like streamline work. And then right after they decide to make that investment to be an AI forward company, here comes this rash of layoffs. But then there's always, and I do mean always, every single time, a backlash of being like, yeah, we did that to far too many people, and now we're gonna have to have some of those people back. Like it's a cycle like this. We've been watching that happen now for what, nearly a year at this point, where tech is concerned. And so, as muddy as the waters can be around the conversation of AI, what it is, what it does, the many forms that it takes, which things are useful and ethical and which things are not, AI is a very convenient scapegoat. And I feel like people think, well, lay people, me, etc., like to blame AI for things just going wrong and think that AI is bad, but uncritically or without thought or reflection. And in this case, articles like this one, where Oracle is being spoken about, is company invest in AI. Company then shortly thereafter decides to just like lay off 10% of its workforce. And I'll note this because it also happened to me only a couple of months ago still, which is a wild thing to think. It's been nearly 3 months now of being like, hey, we had a whole round of layoffs. It's quote unquote because the company was doing something bad, not because the people who were fired were doing something wrong, not because they were inefficient or performing poorly, just for whatever reason, those two things seem to happen real close together. And then it's like, do we want to talk about the timing on that? No. No, it just happened. Just like a force of nature, the tornado that landed on Dorothy's house, and it's and no one wants to like get into it or whatever. So I don't think it's one of those, this is making AI look bad, as much as pointing out how often corporations like to make these wild sweeping decisions that discard a bunch of people. And for whatever reason, AI gets dragged into this conversation, normally on behalf of the company. And then it's just like, well, the only thing we can tell you is this happened and then this happened, and no one, and if there is a truth to be spoken here that would suggest that these are separate things, no one's willing to say it. So we don't know what to tell you.
Yep.
What I'm also going to point out too, which this article doesn't point out, is that Oracle has also invested heavily in TikTok and bringing TikTok to the US. The fact that again, Oracle is hosting all of US data. Is it Warner Bros. Specifically, or are we talking about the same Ellison though? Because I know his son has Skydance.
Yes, yeah, son has Skydance, yeah. Basically he is an Ellerson, but he is not he is not.
But what I'm saying is like I'm trying to find out if Larry put money into trying to get Warner Brothers for Baby Ellison.
I don't think so.
So they were in that deal. Okay, they were in that deal.
Yeah, they were in that deal. So it was like, it was that, because again, it was like, because I was saying like, Netflix was the highest offer, but it was like, Paramount was the more consistent offer. They were like, no.
Like Javi said, look, it's all the same corruption.
It's all the same corruption. It's like more or less like, it's trying. It's like that whole like we trying to be like the Murdochs, but failing. Like it's
I
like
mean, is he though?
kind of is
Are they failing?
a little bit. Like, cause like I say again, like I say, Murdoch's got a lock on their stuff. You know, plus Disney.
I mean, Oracle seems to got a lock on their shit.
Yeah, but it's
Like, what, like, you go to any corporation, who run the back end? Oracle.
yeah.
It's
But
just
but
Oracle
that's what I'm saying.
databases from here
mean-
to Timbuktu.
But I'm saying more in the fact that I'm not saying like Oracle got it, but I'm talking about like Paramount Skydance. That's what I'm talking.
They playing.
I mean, I
they're
think- well,
playing
the
the
thing is-
capitalistic monopoly capitalism game. They are solidifying everything. So again, I look at it. Are they failing? It seems like they're winning at capitalism.
Yeah,
Well, what I want to say here is I think it's one of those only brought up in an indirect way because I want to note here that the article also says at the end. Now, we're not saying that is for nothing. We're not saying that it's for nothing. We're not saying that it's for absolutely nothing, but for whatever reason, there is a government-backed kind of data center infrastructure thing that they may be involved in, that they also have like 3 roommates that they've been working on that with. So
yeah,
I'm not
Like,
saying, but I'm saying, but I'm not saying, but I'm saying, but I'm not saying, but I'm saying.
And again, like this is where I come through and say, like, are we using AI as a scapegoat to not blame capitalism
The fact that
in
they're
and
Oh,
of
yeah.
itself?
I mean,
Because again,
yeah.
like, yeah, we can say, sure, with them investing so much in AI and trying, like, they're using it to make jobs redundant. At the same time, because again, we all know, like we've said on the show, I think Kevin said this the most.
Yeah,
It's the same 3 companies passing the same $20 around.
yeah. It's
Like, we can sit there and say, oh, it's AI taking jobs, but is it really AI, or is this the latest scapegoat because
Yeah,
they just want cheap labor? We can get rid of people, say, look, we're trying to increase our profits, or we're trying to make things lean while they're bringing home billions of dollars, while they're bringing a huge returns of investments to their shareholders.
right. Plus,
I don't think it's necessarily. I wouldn't say
Yeah,
it's
that's
an
what-
either or. Although I
that's-
think
yeah,
it's,
that's what-
what
again.
I'm gonna say is I don't think it's either or as much as, and probably to your point here,
Yeah, porque los,
being
no los
precise
dos.
is in. Not even why not both, but that being precise is important. AI is there are a bunch of greedy sons of bitches, and AI is the most current channel that they're
Right.
using to push that through.
Right.
right.
See, yeah, like, yeah, my thing is, like, AI is the vehicle, not necessarily the change agent.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because we could, like I was talking to Kev, like, there are ethical ways to use these tools. Like, I don't know, allow me to do my work faster where I can go home quicker. I don't have to
Right.
work as much. But that's not what's happening.
Right.
Or even either A, you shouldn't work as much, or B, and this is the thing that I think in the early days, Major was definitely more of an advocate for here. I have a whole bunch of like assorted tedium and all this other stuff that I would much rather not have to do, so I can focus on the things that are significantly more important to me
right.
or to the work that I do. And that would be very handy to outsource. For example, me not spending 5 hours figuring out what font size do I want headers to be in this document. Right? Instead of doing that, I could just be doing the work and be like, hey, this is the most recent thing I did. Please, and I just want this in a document so that I can pass it to other people who might want to refer to it later. Please format it here's the information. Please format it appropriately. Thanks. And I can go back to the work that I was doing. But instead of that, it's just kind of like, well, and this is the tea in the shade of it when it comes to moves like that. Normally it's either we need to generate money for something that we want to do, and this is the easiest way to go and grab it, or, and my personal favorite, here is our company stock price. Here is a timeline. if we have this many people working here relative to this amount of money or output that the company has, it is valued on visible channels at this rate. So we need to get rid of people by, and they will just have like a whole timeline that they do that on.
Mm-hmm.
And that leads to foolishness of what we have here in this Oracle article. Again, one, have seen it, but two, it's just capitalism. Just hit the button, like, right? It's just capitalism.
I mean, Merge brings up a very valid point. I don't know why nobody's thought about this before. He says, if only there was a way for workers to band together and act in unison for their common good. If they could, unite, to
If
just
only,
fuse together.
If only Dragon Ball Z were real. But also, I would say to Merge, if only people in the larger ways, right? If only people were willing to just kind of get out of their own way about some of those things. I was about to sing something, but then realized that this probably is not the time for that.
I mean, it's like a
But,
marriage. It's like a marriage or something. Like, that's not it. I don't think that's the word. We'll get to it. I'm sure somebody's thought of this.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Just like to bargain together.
Collection.
Some kind of, I don't know, something about coal. I don't know.
Got me.
It's tough. It's tough.
I mean,
it's
I
really
don't know.
tough.
Honestly, a revolutionary idea if I've ever heard one.
I
Also,
know
would
exactly. Whew.
Yeah. Like another thing that we also talk about bicycle solution. Yeah, it'll come to me next time.
I'm sure I will.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna fucking ban Ruin for real.
You want to know what's sad about all of this? All of the stuff that we're talking about and that we're somewhat and only somewhat joking about here on the show right now comes up in a single round of Monster Prom.
You know what? Yeah.
Speaking of AI, yeah. What's going on, Pulse? Yeah, that face shade, like, just, it looks like the mask of an evil villain.
It's like a Austin Powers version of like a Bond villain. It's like this man would clearly be in the cadre of Dr. Evil right now. You know?
That's what Ethan Hunt's face looks like as he's trying to pull the mask off.
Yeah.
It's like where it was real until he tried to pull it off, and you could tell it's a mask. Like, that's not what that mask looked like a second ago.
Yeah.
Look like that motherfucker from Men in Black. We pulled it. I'll have some sugar water.
Like, sugar in water. I'll put my hands on the back of my hand. Oh god.
Him and Vince McMahon.
Oh no.
It looks like he stapled his face on this morning and then got a sunburn.
My man. Yeah.
Why does he have red hair and a dyed goatee?
You know what? That's a level. My God. You nailed that one. That's definitely Mission Impossible.
He looked like he's AI generated.
Gosh.
But yeah, speaking of AI, Blue Sky.
Blueski.
Can you believe that the GOP is still even more hated than AI?
Mm-hmm.
Who the fuck prompted his face?
No, I don't think nobody. I don't
No,
think
this is
Prompts would have done that.
like it's giving you look easy. You look you look like the second draft in Illustrator, you know. And if you know, then you know.
That was a Molt book prompt from an open from an open Claude account.
My man was looking like. My man was looking like. He was looking like one of the Rocky boys.
Actually, I need to write that down. Let me write that down. Where's my?
I'm like my man was looking like it's almost like either a Gith Yaki who had worked there. Show me Master Splinter. Don't do Master Splinter like that. Don't do that. Master Splinter didn't deserve that. Nah.
That's a Rokusaki. If you're gonna do that, that's a Rokusaki. Okay, we're going
That's a
to leave Master
Rokusaki
Splinter
right
out
there.
of it.
Come
Yeah,
on now.
we'll-
Stop
do
we'll
it!
leave out of that.
Don't do that. That's Baxter Stockman. Chillax.
Teenage Mutant Ninja.
Relax. Don't do that. That's No, but real talk, my man do look like he worked for TCRI.
If Grok was a human.
Ah! My man definitely do look like he worked. He holds down TCRI or what was like from RoboCop OCP. Yeah, he makes the Ed 209 be like, well, 5 seconds to comply. You got 5 seconds to comply, head ass.
No, I got you right here. He's the RTX on of this guy.
Oof. I ain't even seen it yet. Yeah! Talking about loot and plunder. Bro, you did.
I'm glad I didn't say his name, so we just had that time to wait for it to load for you.
Somebody clip that because I was sitting up there like, okay, what is he talking about? And then
Cam Planet gave up.
Listen, I'm real talk. I really am laughing at the fact that we have literal Captain Planet villains. Like I'm like bro.
No. I got a better one. He's the RTX on version of this guy.
Okay. Oh god, I'm scared. I'm scared. Forgot. I should know if I forgot who he was. I forgot who he was.
Hold on for a moment.
So this is Venomous. This is Verminous Scum.
Verminous Scum. Yes, right. Which is funny enough. I think that's Jeff Goldblum. Jeff Goldblum voiced him. Oh god. Venomous Scum. Yes. Yeah.
Yikes.
The RTX version of Venomous Scum. Now I think I
Scum.
actually will try to see if I can find RTX on and try to put that shit on the damn thumbnail.
Listen. If you put that together, bro, I'm gonna retweet.
I might put that work. I might put in some work tonight.
That might be the thumbnail.
Oh, it's gonna be the thumbnail. I'm putting that work tonight.
I'm literally floored at the fact that there are just people who are literal Captain Planet villains. Like I would not even in the history.
Javi says he looks like if your dad went out for cigarettes and came back to take your apartment away from your mom 20 years later. He looks like the daddy went for cigarettes and came back as the fucking cigarette.
He looked like what if like Snidely Whiplash got a glow up? That's what he looks like.
Snidely Whiplash with RTX on. DLSS on. So yes, my good people, we will make fun of CEOs. Vicious mockery, mock them. All right, let's get back to it. Yes, Blue. So this is from TechCrunch. Blue Sky's new AI tool, Addy, is already the most blocked account other than JD Vance.
You
funny
know,
because-
I have seen the sentiment online before, and I feel like it is accurate. I have never run into people who hate their platform as much as Blue Sky hates theirs.
which is like, I don't. And the
Like
wild part
these
is-
people got like the vast majority of a market of people who left a competitor. Discord could not have hoped for a better windfall since Skype went out of style. And like here these people are building tools that people did not ask for, trying their hardest to agitate their whole user base, and when the user base points that out saying, okay, but waffles.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
Like I just when I'm on Bluesky, I'm like, I see like the bones of what could be absolutely great, but it's like discoverability is still kind of like in the toilet. But it's like, okay, I'm just gonna stay in this lane. But outside of that, I'm generally okay. I'm just generally okay. But it's just a weird like, it's being in a fully staffed restaurant, but there's no other customers but you, and you're just sitting up there eating good music on the radio, but it's just like the vibes are just off. But it's like, okay, the food is serviceable, the wait staff is attentive, you know, they might be a little slow back with the refills, but it's not bad. It's not bad. It's just off. It's just slightly askew.
You know, it's not them, it's not you, it's them.
Yeah, it's them. It's like, what are they? It's like, but you know, like, are they marketing the place? Are they doing like 2-for-1 coupons? Are they doing like specials? Like, you don't know. And your experience is okay, but it's not like, man, there's nobody in this restaurant but me, and I'm on a date night, and it's me and Candy, and we just eating a good meal, and then next thing you know, I'm like, why is nobody in this restaurant? I was like, why is nobody in this restaurant?
This
Damn.
whole thing with Addy had like, and apparently had like a whole bunch of things, and like an uproar about just like how things were going and why. And all I could think the whole time I'm watching this whole thing unfold is like, for what? For what? What's the reason?
For whomst? What was the reason?
Trying to see if I know anybody who's blocked me.
Ice Shrink? Hold on. What is this?
Yeah, so Addy debuted this weekend at the Atmosphere Conference, which Blue Sky sponsors, but Blue Sky's user base did not embrace the new product. Instead, about 125,000, which is now at 150,000, users have already blocked Addy's Blue Sky account, making it the second most blocked account on the network.
Which they campaigned for the moment when that happened. The moment it happened, they were just like, we're going to make sure that we're going to shut it down. We hate that place.
Only behind JD Vance at 181,698. And apparently only 100 and some people, 134 people have blocked me.
Which is weird, because it's like, why would JD Vance be on Blue Sky? Like,
oh, I can tell you exactly why.
Oh, apparently I have been included on a MAGA list.
oh,
So I think that's one of those probably false positive, like it's just like one of those, hey, we said a thing, or like, hey, does this have a certain word in the post? Sure. And you were probably just like, tell this man to shut his bitch ass up, and you got caught up in that. But
yeah.
that would be my only guess. Now,
Actually, I don't know how this works.
I don't know
Actually,
if
I might subscribe to this list.
there was a, oh, okay.
I might
So
subscribe
Kevin,
to it. I don't know.
when we were here in the early days, at the kind of the swell of like the exodus of people from Twitter to the platform,
Yeah.
there was also, do you remember that big kerfluffle about all of these right wing people trying to be on the platform and all of these people being like,
and then people like,
okay,
yeah.
I'm gonna tell you right now, we came over here to not have to deal with that bullshit, Jay. You better handle that, Jay. You better talk to these people and not have them over here, Jay. And we were sitting here
Yeah.
arguing about like all of these like big names on that side of the political spectrum trying to make a home to roost in over here and like, you know, like influencers and political figures. That's how that ended up happening. And all these people were just like, listen,
Yeah.
if we can't get them off the platform entirely, we can all certainly collectively ban and block and mute and ignore the shit out of them and like starve them of whatever oxygen they're hoping to have by coming over here and spewing their bullshit. That's how that happened.
Okay. That was my own thought process. Like, I'm like, don't you have like a full, like, ain't your accounts hitting the way it's supposed to hit in the areas where they're supposed to be hitting at? Like, I don't like.
There
what
was
you
a
doing over
whole-
here to get clocked. I don't know.
There was a whole bunch of people who said, and I agree with them, that one of the things that people on that side of the fence, as it were, seem to be desperate for is the attention of people who don't like them. Like they just need people to fight with. And it's kind of like, I promise you, if we were not there to argue with them about their bullshit, they would do nothing but cannibalize each other. And that's exactly what they did. They hate each other over there.
Oh yeah, because that's that was the whole thing where it was like people were like conservatives were in like liberal like dating circles because they were like, why would you trying to date somebody that you fundamentally disagree with? Is because they hate it over there. Like they don't like, oh, I don't want to date my kind. Ew. They're no fun over there. Like,
Okay. So apparently, I'm on a list of Addy haters, toxic accounts that blocked Addy.
Yes, ma'am. Get into it. Get the fuck into it.
yeah.
Here for it.
You,
Hamas,
Addy got blocked on principle, so
Hezbollah,
whatever.
and Houthi apologists
the apologist
includes far left, far right, and Islamist variants of those who unconditionally support Hamas, Hezbollah, Houthi, and their allies alongside atrocities committed in their name, and also those who mindlessly repeat or approve rhetoric associated with those aforementioned groups. So a Zionist blocked me.
Okay.
Yeah, like, all right.
No great loss.
None.
Nothing
Hey,
was
Major,
lost.
Major, that Addy list. See if I'm on it real quick. Just go ahead and check.
All right, let's see.
This was a loss. I mean, I'm probably not even on that
It,
list. 'Cause
there's probably a lot. So yeah, I'm gonna have to scroll a bit. But yeah,
But
like
knowing-
it's
but knowing
probably
me, I probably got
automated
popped for-
because I just blocked the account. Whenever I added this story to the list is when I blocked Addy. Didn't say anything about it. So I feel like they're using the data and they're blocking people as the blocks are being detected. So it's like all you have to do is just block Addy and just wait, I guess.
It's like, you denounce me, I denounce you. Oh yeah, you denounce me. Well, I denounce you. How about
Let's
that?
see. Can I wait? Hold on. Can I? Yeah. So I can't click into it. Yeah. In order for me to view it, I have to click into it, and then it just puts me here. So
Okay.
yeah, there's really no way unless I scroll all the way and look through every account.
Just be a hater, Pulse. Just be a hater.
Yeah, just block the account. That's all you gotta do. But I love this one. I love being a part of this one. That Hamas, Hezbollah, Houthi apologists.
And can we just talk about this? You're an
I
apologist.
blocked the creator themselves, so I can't view the list. Who's on it?
Like,
Oh, also, I'm also a part of
you're
the
an-
Putin, the Putinist, Vatniks, Russian imperialists. Because how dare I be a communist and say, you know, I don't know, maybe the U.S. ain't in the right on this one, my guy.
It's given like, I mean,
It is the very.
I mean,
it is
Oh,
the
other-
very
I'm sorry.
weird energy.
but I'm not pro Putin.
Here's the description.
Just saying.
Supporters of the special military operation and other Soviet Russian atrocities.
But
Also
It's-
include subscribers of anti-Ukraine block list. So yeah, they can automate this shit.
No, it's just such a weird thing to be like you're an apologist for a group of people who regularly claim to state that some people have the right to defend themselves. You don't seem to extend that right to other people. And it's weird to put someone on a list of apologists for people who are just like, well, we really don't like the fact that you're doing guns, bombs, bullets over here on our place. So we're gonna have to address that. That's interesting to me.
Let's see.
Interesting.
Freedom fighters of a country that's been occupied for over 70 years. Freedom fighters of a country that is currently being invaded for no other reason than Greater Israel.
Which is, ooh,
And
which is,
another group of freedom fighters who are like, you know what? We stand on business. We see you over there attacking our brethren. We want to sit there and make sure they have sovereignty. So we're gonna blow up your ships.
yep. But it's like, but it'd be like, oh, you a communism? Oh, so you like Putin? Like that's what?
No, but
No. Like, damn.
also I'm wondering if I got thrown. Well, I don't know. They already blocked me for the Hezbollah, for the Hamas Hezbollah Houthi shit. So I don't even know if they were around to see the fact that this communism need is sitting in my banner.
Mm-hmm.
Need bad takes for your site. Look, there's plenty of right here, dog. This is what I've been looking for because I remember seeing me a part of this list before and I couldn't remember where it was. I'm so glad I found it again because this just brings me so much joy. Click on one of the accounts that likes Artie. So I guess it would be this one. Whoever made this one. Okay, there we go. But yeah, like again, it's just that. Badtakes.com. Oh, right. That's right. I remember you posted this shit. This actually was really good. This was really good. But yeah, shout out to Hobby Painter NYC. Shared his bad taste.
Oh, I'm actually looking at bad takes, and I'm gonna stop you right there. Why are you coming for candy corn?
It's a trash candy.
No, give me a
dog.
give me a close up. Why are you coming for candy corn?
Hold on, I got you.
Like I did some, like I say, I did some.
How very dare?
I had
Absolutely
I
not.
had some hot takes. I had some hot takes about candy corn, and I shared.
I'm
with
joking,
my
it's
friend
a-
JoJo.
I'm joking, and it is not at all serious.
I literally said like candy corn was trash, and JoJo, my friend JoJo, who I love and adore, got me together over some candy corn. So now I have to get her candy corn in recompense. I had to be like, girl, well, I guess I gotta get some. I guess I gotta. I don't want to occur the ire of this really cute black lady, so I'm gonna give her some candy corn in restitution.
Okay, who is Magnus? Are we talking about that AI tool? That
Die
Facebook?
Hard is not a Christmas movie. Magnus did nothing. Magnus. Hold on, that sounds familiar.
Is that that Ito?
40K.
Oh, okay.
40K. No, well,
Magnus the
I gotta
Red.
look that up. Magnus the Red. I don't think so, but But again, nobody is good. Nobody is good in 40K. So you have to understand something. In the 40K lore. Oh, this mug? Oh yeah, he definitely is terrible. He's definitely terrible. Never mind. Damon Primarch? Yeah, he's
Yeah, well, Serial
Yeah,
is not
exactly.
suit. What are we talking about? What are we doing?
right. Yeah. No, I looked this man up.
Every day
Like,
is a gift.
Cereal is a soup. No, cereal is not a soup. Cereal is a
Candy corn is delicious. That is a terrible take.
yeah.
Baseball
Maybe
is exciting.
all
No.
makes the red. Yeah.
Dogs should have people
Yep.
names. As opposed to
Yeah.
what?
I mean, as opposed to
I was like Jabarkis.
like Jabarkis. Yeah, Jabarkis.
no.
Yeah. Fido, Rover. I feel like distinctive dog.
Rain.
You can't lose what you don't have. That's very true.
I love that true, yeah.
You know something?
Hot
It's like
dogs
you
or
can't lose what you
sandwiches?
don't have. You can't lose what you don't have, and all I could think
Yeah,
about
I
is
get-
human rights, and I hate the fact that that's where my mind went.
Hot dogs are just open-faced kolaches. That's what they are.
But yeah, I'd say definitely go check out bad-takes.com. I mean, look, Hobby, I'm gonna need you to remind me of that site again a little bit later. I'm gonna forget in the chat. I would like to.
It's
I
not-
will
it's in the DMs.
glad. Hold on. Oh, is it? Appreciate it.
There's a
I
screenshot
will-
right there.
I will put it in the show notes specifically as a highlight. So yeah, apparently not everybody likes Addy, but there is apparently some people who do and will insta block you for sharing an opinion, I guess.
I think it's a general. There's like a certain general weariness, which I can understand of people being like, raw AI doing a thing, and it's kind of like, well,
I get that's one
when
thing.
when it keeps getting forced into places and people
Right.
like give you no reason why you're doing it, yeah, people are gonna complain about it. I'm so sorry. And if you're gonna just block people off of that instead of being like, well,
Like, yeah, like let it be a
people
choice.
critiquing
Let AI be
people
a
critique-
choice.
people critiquing things that they like
an
is
opt-
how
an
you avoid one being in a cult
opt-in,
and
not a
two how things get
opt-out.
better.
Right. Like,
Yeah.
again, let everybody a choice, but also, I don't know, dog. Like, if you calling accounts toxic because we blocked another account just because we just didn't want nothing to do with it,
Yeah.
you might be in a cult. Like you,
Like, people-
you were probably Claude coded
Yeah.
a Blue Sky bot to instantly block people who are blocking the AI.
Because keep in mind, the only reason that people are blocking it was it's like, hey, this bot, if you don't block it, it's gonna start reading your stuff and then doing things with it that you did not consent to. And it's kind of like, yeah, we don't want that. So if we block you, you can't read our stuff.
And for me, all right, so then like, I know this may be a hot take. Whatever I'm putting on the internet, it's whatever. It's fair game. I honestly do not give a fuck. I'm not here to make profit. It's whatever. Scrape it, slurp it, do whatever the fuck you want. I honestly don't care. As long as you don't sit there, make it say shit that I did not say and then attribute it to me.
Like,
Don't do that.
right. I
Um,
have already come to terms with the fact that
Just smack it up, flip it, and reverse it.
It's Santa Dan. Come on. Yeah, I got you. But
Shout out to Pulse.
yeah. So I'm always of the mindset of if I'm a person on the internet and I actively be on the internet, I know my stuff is already out there. It is what
Exactly.
it is.
Like
There's no such thing as anonymity on the internet, but I just do my best. I just do my best.
I'm reacting to Javi. So the statement I said, I'm not here to make a profit, is the bad take. Not AI can have all of my data.
It's not like I'm not in the mindset of like AI can have my data. I'm just in like because I don't really consent to that. But it's more or less like because like I said with 11 different breaches and you know EULA requirements and terms of service and privacy notices, that data is pretty much like EULA'd away or terms of service away. So, but to say that we're actively scraping it, yeah, I'm not really cool with that. Has it been EULA'd away? Probably, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
But to say like hooking up, the tendrils into my computer and like drawing the data away from me. Yeah, I don't like that.
I think it's more. I think it's a little bit less about. Well, I mean, the information's out there. People really want to get to it, and a little bit more like just general respect for your user base. You just said, here's a thing that we're going to do, as opposed to at any point asking, like, hey, is this a feature that people were really asking for?
Yeah.
That's like a general, like, that is just like a general feeling I have about tech, period.
Yeah, it's
just
like if
don't-
you would ask,
don't do that.
like, yeah, if you would ask, it's like, whatever, there it is. But no,
For the
that's not
mo-
what you
like-
did.
More than likely, if you said this is what we want to do and why we think it's a good idea, I probably would have at least been like, you know something, I either tacitly don't agree with it, or at least I'd be like, well, sure, go ahead and try it and let's see what happens. And if something happens that I don't like, I'll let you know. But especially when you already have a track record of users coming to you with legitimate concerns about things like content moderation, feature sets, and things like that, and your response was to tell them, I need y'all to shut the fuck up respectfully.
Jay can't hurt you
It
anymore.
doesn't
Sin.
sit.
Jay
it
can't hurt you
doesn't-
anymore.
It doesn't sit well to then see a tool like this roll out, which is why I'm kind of like, well, at least the particular section of the Fediverse over there that I'm sitting in just went, yeah, we won't be doing that over here, but thanks.
I mean, Mastodon's got its own or the ActivityPub has got its own issues with moderation. It's a nightmare all around.
Like every day, I understand that I am eternally exhausted, but there is something in the conversations that we're going to see that's kind of like major. You and I are going to have a conversation. You and I are going to have a talk.
I don't.
A very long one. That the time has come for me to come out of retirement, out of hiatus. I'm gonna have to start looking at IDEs. We're gonna have to reacquaint ourselves with functions and pointers and all of that shit. I'm tired. I'm over it.
So I'm just gonna say, look, unless somebody's got some notes, I like Codium, but I actually just use VS Code. But we know how we feel about Microsoft over here.
Like again, like here's the thing. I feel here's where I'm at with that as a person who has to deal with who's had to deal with computers forever, right? I feel about Microsoft the way I feel about Amazon.
It's a necessary evil. I don't know.
So, like, the reason why I use that analogy is that I also feel like if you were to say, "Hey, I hate to have to do this, but the thing that I sent you, I sent to your address, and it's being shipped to you straight from Amazon," and I'd be like, "Yeah, that's fine." Like, listen, I'm not gonna begrudge you that. If you're using VS Code, you know what? Work. Kev, you've been tagged. You've been made a guest of honor on badtakes.com, apparently.
The thing is, both of us have, because that's also the same take I had. I mean, it's whatever. Damn it.
Merge.
Like, right, because if they're actively trying to take it, yeah, okay, that's a little bummer. But at the end of the day, with data like I say, with data breaches and like, with like rogue data breaches and like EULAs, I'm sure there's some shit out there already, But like who I am, first name, last name, socials, addresses, phone numbers, yeah. My phone will not stop. My landline will not stop ringing with the literal like suspected spam every
Let's
single
go.
day.
Hype train in the building.
Hey,
That's the
hype
first time I've ever
train.
seen a hype train in my
Hey.
Let's go.
Baby.
Yeah, see, nothing
Okay.
prepared for that. This is new to me. All of those, I
It's a
saw
new feeling
colors
for me.
show up in my chat. I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
I about missed it too because I was like, whoa, what?
Too many things are happening on Twitch.
level-
I am
level
new to
two?
this.
Level 2, baby.
I'm too new to this. But yeah, enough about this AI. Let's talk about some IT. Who's ready to talk about IT?
Yeah, I mean, I basically am an IT person, but I'm the IT equivalent of a country doctor. If you know, you know.
Embrace the
So-
capitalism. Corruption is peace. Money is speech.
What in the?
I would need to
What in the
decouple the
Orwell was
possession
that?
of a token with the ability to use it. Just because you have my phone number, email, doesn't mean you should be able to use it. Yes.
That part exactly.
Twitch.
Like,
Twitch.
if you had, it's one thing to access my data. It's another thing. It's another thing to access my data and have my data, but it's another thing to like actively utilize that data in order to try to get at me. And I'm like, what are you doing?
Twitch.
Which
Yes, Hobby, thank you for kicking off the hype train. Really do appreciate it. But yes, IT. Who here saw the Artemis 2 launch yesterday?
I did.
I
And all
watched
the
it.
diff- and all
It
the
was
different
great.
and all the different variations.
It was
I think. Oh, sorry.
it was pretty cool. Like I was like, oh shit, we going to the moon. They not joking. We really going to the moon again.
And that was a non SpaceX flight, wasn't it?
I mean, so Victor, the guy that Pulse is talking about in the chat, is a SpaceX pilot. So there was still some privatization involved.
Right, but it wasn't like, oh, you know.
None of the
putting it
craft
in-
they were using was SpaceX. Not
Nah,
yet,
'cause that-
anyway.
Nah, because it actually made it. You know, it made it in the air. It was,
I did read up on some stuff because I wasn't sure if they were landing on the moon or going around it. So when I read up on it today, on space.com, they were saying that apparently the ship that they're going to use to land on the moon will be SpaceX. What they're using to go to the moon to actually land on there, they're going to use like a SpaceX Starship or something. Now that could also change because that's not happening until 2027. But
I don't know, Chief.
yeah, they have been saying that there are delays in that because SpaceX is SpaceXing.
Yeah,
But yes, Artemis has slipped the surly bonds of Earth and is on its way to the moon. Well, actually, I think they're still in orbit around Earth, and then later they will take it to the moon.
yeah. Cool.
Um,
The coolest, I think, POV, like point of view from it was from, and I think I sent you that video. Was somebody was in a plane.
yes,
They were flying next to it. The pilot was like, "Oh, look to your right," and you see Artemis 2 going up in the air. And I'm like, from a plane, from a commercial flight.
but of course I'm sort of thinking like, how far away were they? Because I feel like if you could see the rocket, you shouldn't be anywhere near there.
You should know. That thing should have been a clear flight path. Like,
Like-
we don't know.
I can see that. I don't know if I should be here.
I don't think we should be that close to it. 'Cause
It still looked like it was far enough away, but I'm like, I don't know.
But to see it from that vantage, it was like, ooh, oh no.
Versus
I'm
the moon
like-
will be the largest Starlink satellite. Damn. Look, I was like, we just started watching, or I started watching again, or started continuing my watch of For All Mankind, and my wife has been watching with me. I said, man, they really went out on this new season, like for reals. Hey, I got this confetti hype emote. Hooray! Choo choo!
Trying to make it a Death Star. Oh, so you mean like? Oh, so you mean like Star Killer base? Yeah.
For what it's worth, the toilets didn't work. The toilet doesn't work in that motherfucker? Damn. So it was
God,
made by the same people who made the Gerald Ford. Because that's also the ship that's going around that does not have any working plumbing.
Yeah. You remember? Oh God. It make me think about an episode. There's an episode of like Legend of the Galactic Heroes. You need to watch. Oh, you need to watch that because I can't. I'm getting tired of sending you that clip with no context, Major. You need
Oh
to
no,
watch.
there's plenty of. I get it.
Yeah.
I really
but
want to watch it.
I think you should. Even though they've only stopped at like 3 or 4 seasons, but you really need to watch it up to that point. Because it's really good.
That speech is just amazing every time.
It's great every time I see it, and every time I see it, I share it to you.
And
But
I
yeah,
appreciate
there's
it every time.
Yeah, but it reminds me of a scene that they're in the middle of a battle. One of the generals, I think it's one of his subordinates. His name Dusty, and he's like, oh man, and he's like, oh my god, they're in the middle of a space battle, and they see like one of the ships that he used to be on, like, oh dang, is that the Ark? Is that the Odyssey? Oh man, no, it's the Ulysses. It's like, oh, is that the Ulysses?
I also heard a lot of people being really kind of nervous about the Artemis flight because they're just like,
Yeah. Because
I remember when the Challenger went up and the way that they felt about that. They're just like,
Yeah.
please tell me that this government and all their nonsense didn't impact these people's ability to build a spacecraft that will actually make it to space.
I mean, to be fair, I feel like most of that shit was done before he got into office.
Yeah, because
I mean, like they're not like that's the thing, right? I think like a lot of these things are like years in coming, but when people see things like this happen, and it's just like we don't know how long they've been preparing for that. Hopefully, it wasn't one of those government programs that got funded, like that got gutted or whatever. All of that. I'm glad they made it up there.
I don't know if Artemis itself did, but I know NASA did get gutted.
Yeah.
NASA did get gutted during the Doge purge.
NASA got gutted. So that's why a lot of the flights have been SpaceX, and that's kind of when we were like, was this a NASA flight? Because that one went a little bit too good for me. but yeah, constantly what I was saying. Like they were like, he was like, oh, is that the Ulysses? It's like, yeah. I remember being on that ship, posting on that ship. Back in the day, during the Battle of Armistar, the plumbing went out in the middle of the battle. We had to fight the enemy and a flood.
Stop it.
Like, imagine. So when you said like the toilets don't work, that cracked me up because I was like, imagine you having to fix plumbing while also fighting the Empire.
Well, that is a real life situation for those in the Persian Gulf right now.
Yeah. I'm gonna see if I can find that clip because that clip was kind of funny.
But yeah, so back to the Artemis suit. They are up there. They are on their way to the moon. However, they may be a little delayed in some email. Because apparently, the Artemis 2 crew, just like us, needs help with Microsoft Outlook. This is coming from Engadget. Also, I love it. And no, Commander Reed Wiseman didn't ask Copilot for assistance. Commander Reed Wiseman sent a literal Houston, we have a problem message to Mr. Control in the early hours of Thursday. He saw tech support for internet connectivity issues on a PCD or a personal computing device, which is a Microsoft Surface Pro. Before you ask, yes, Wiseman did try turning the device off and on again before requesting help, but that didn't resolve the problem. Shout out to Nikki Grayson of VGB on Blue Sky. If you want to remote in and check Optimus in those two outlooks, that would be awesome. Was the quote was what Wiseman had reached out to Houston for. Apparently they saw that they had two outlooks, which I've noticed my work computer has two Outlooks. There's Outlook and Outlook Classic. But yeah, as you can see, two different versions of Outlook. Surprisingly, on my work computer, Outlook Classic is the one that works. I think this the non-classic Outlook is provided through Windows 11, and Outlook Classic is provided through Office, or I guess Microsoft 365 now. So yeah, we can't use this Outlook. We have to use this one at work. I'm not entirely sure which Outlook they use on the ship.
We suspect the issue with your PCD may be Optimus software. We were able to connect to PCD1 on, we can see it on the network. So with your Go, we can remote in and take a look directly.
Yeah, go for it. And then I also see that I have two Microsoft Outlooks, and neither one of those are working. If you want to remote in and check Optimus on those two Outlooks, that would be awesome.
All right, we will join in on your PCD and we'll let you know when we're done. We suspect the issue.
So, yeah. Look, everybody just has a bad day when it comes to using their computing devices. It's quite unfortunate, but yes, even the highest echelon of scientific people have problems with their computers sometimes. It's okay to ask for help. I would not want to be the tech who has to remote into a space computer.
No.
Look, Ruin understands Outlook is a problem for all.
Mm-hmm.
Now with all that out of the way, let's move into some gaming news.
Yes, sir.
Have you checked on your local Sony Pony today?
They've been kind of going through it.
New price changes for PS5, PS5 Pro, and PlayStation Portal Remote Player. Just so many P's.
Peas, baby.
And prices are effective starting today. In the US, PS5 is now $650. PS5 Digital Edition is now $600, and the PS5 Pro is $900. And the PlayStation Portable or PlayStation Portal is $250 in the US.
Yep.
So there was, from what I heard, a mad dash to get consoles before the price increase.
Yeah.
Luckily for me, I already own a PS5 and I own a Steam Deck, which I can use Shiaki to remote into my PlayStation. So yeah. I had nothing to worry about.
I didn't want one.
See?
And I didn't want one, so I was cool.
Sin, did you make a mad dash for a PlayStation?
I barely make mad dashes. I don't make mad dashes for anything. I barely make a mad dash for the Mardo. What are you talking about? And then they said these consoles trying to be these consoles are trying to be like $1,000. $1,000 of what dollars?
Mm-hmm.
US petrodollars.
Yep.
Who has that money?
Iran does.
I know I don't. I mean,
Argentina.
Yo, yeah.
that don't. Okay. Indeed, because I didn't want nan because there was nothing on the PlayStation side that I wanted to play that couldn't have been on the PC at any moment. And though they have said they are not doing any more PC ports, I feel like that's going to change.
I don't know, man.
And if it doesn't, it really doesn't matter, because it's like I have exactly what I want: a Ratchet and Clank game on PC. That's all. I'm good now. I can get that whenever.
I was just hoping to go see Otai, but
See, it's one of those things where
I mean, that
want
would
to
be
get into
nice.
consoles, and every time they do some nonsense, something like this, I'm like, I'll just stay with Steam in big picture mode. Thank you so much.
bet. I mean, to not pull one from, I don't, to pull one from the major quiver, you can always get refurbished. Because the only thing that's winning right now are the people who refurb consoles, because they're doing good right now. Buy the parts lots, build your own, fix them, sell the completely fixed ones for your profit.
That reminds me, where are you buying refurbished things? You know something? We'll save that for the managing mayhem section.
Okay.
That's right, Hobby. That's right. We are part of that Switch 2 gang.
Gang.
Well, now with that shiny new, more expensive PS5, PlayStation Plus titles are here.
Yep.
You can become a Lord of the Fallen and not get up. Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3 remastered, Sword Art Online, Fractured Daydream, and you have until April 6th to grab 2K PGA Tour 2K25 with known drunk driver Tiger Woods,
Right.
Slime Rancher 2, Monster Hunter Rise, and Elder Scrolls Online Gold Road Collection.
I recommend Slime Rancher 2 because I really like that one. I just didn't play a lot of it, but I did like it.
Just running around saying, "Ooh, banana." That was a vocal stem for my son and I for quite some time.
Oh yeah. Banana.
And now for a subscription only Cav could love. Indie Pass. Indie Pass is the forthcoming subscription service exclusively for indie games. This is coming from Engadget. Costs $7 a month and offers access to more than 70 titles at launch.
Sign me up, maybe.
So the company is courting indie developers and publishers. Who's the company? Indie Pass, I guess. I guess the company is, or Indie.io.
Indie.io, yeah. Mm-hmm. That's a good idea. That's a good one. Because that's what elongated my Game Pass subscriptions was. I was mostly playing like a lot of the indie games. I wasn't playing like the big first party joints, but if it has a pretty good consistent library and interesting titles on top of that, I might be interested.
Yeah, it's got a lot of games I've not heard of.
Oh, One More Island. I know that one. Dream Tactics. Familiar.
I really wish there was like
Donna,
a
heard of
list. Oh, Dark Deity.
Mm-hmm. A lot of Legend of Sin. Dark Deity games. Voltaire. Heard of that one. Yeah, another climbing game. Tales of Transport. Oh, Kaya's Prophecy. I played that demo.
Don't Die, Collect the Loot.
Oh, I played that one. I like that one. It's very like Genesis coded.
I feel like these little tabs are shifted one.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at action and it's showing me horror.
Yeah. Clearly horror. Fountain Stitches. Sugar Shack. Yep, heard that one.
Yeah, I have not heard of
Countdown
many of
Kitty.
these titles.
Plum Grove. Oh, I wanted to love Plum Grove. So much because it's like Paper Mario but with a farming sim.
Now, see, what would be really nice if there was a Steam client for this, or a Steam Deck client because this would be perfect
Oh yeah.
to play on a Steam Deck.
Yeah. Indie.io people, get on that. But yeah, I played Plum Grove. It was so cute, but it was just like it had the vibe, but it was missing that sauce. It was missing that sauce to me, and yeah. Was missing the sauce.
Yeah, it would be nice if there was a way to play this like on a Steam Deck, but
Yeah.
like, and I'm pretty sure like people figured it out,
I
like how to do
Like,
it.
Yeah, I like what they got. I like what they got on offer. I want to see more of it. I want to continue to keep in touch with it. I don't know if I'm gonna jump on into it, but I would definitely spread it around. Like,
Well, it will be launching to It'll be launching for gamers on April 13th.
yeah, I'll keep an eye out for it.
So definitely I'll check that out.
Yep.
In labor news, Epic Games CEO Tim Sweeney apologizes and seemingly rectifies life insurance situation of laid off worker with terminal brain cancer. This was after Epic Games laid off 1,000 people last week.
Yep.
This is coming from Eurogamer. On March 24th, Fortnite developer Epic Games announced mass layoffs that affected over 1,000 workers, including key veterans behind the hit online game, including the creator of Jonesy. A few days later, it was revealed that Mike Prinky, a programmer with 7 years of experience at the company, was among the cuts. Prinky has terminal brain cancer, so his wife, Jenny Griffin, explained via Facebook the dire situation their family was left in. Quote, as I face the reality of losing my husband, I'm also facing the reality of what type of funeral burial I can afford. How will I keep a roof over our heads? How I will keep a roof over our heads, how I will protect our son and the life we built together. What will happen to our dogs? The full post is, end quote. The full post is heart-wrenching. It's a heart-wrenching read, but after taking off on socials, it reached CEO Tim Sweeney. And coming from Twitter, Tim Sweeney says, Epic's in contact with the family and will solve the insurance for them. There is high confidentiality around the medical information, and it was not a factor in this layoff decision. Sorry to everyone for not recognizing this terribly painful situation and handling it in advance. So pretty much, let me cover my ass. Look, we didn't fire him because he was dying. Just so we're clear.
Yeah.
But somebody raised a very valid point the other day. Epic is a private company.
Yes.
It does not have to answer to shareholders.
No.
The only people who benefit from these mass layoffs is Tim Sweeney. So you're in a position where you didn't have to lay off anybody.
Literally didn't have to.
But you
Didn't
did.
have to. Uh-huh. You didn't have to do it, but you did, but you did, but you did. And I say F you.
Taking
It's the way
points
that
off for
people
the
said.
censorship.
The way that people said, disrespectfully, it's so fuck you over here, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
incorrect.
And the way I think I don't know if you've seen it, Major, but the way I text you, it says, "Dog, we got out at the right time." Like,
Yeah.
we got out. We got
Yeah.
out of Fortnite. We got out of Fortnite at the right time. Now, I don't know how we gonna do. I don't know what's gonna be with these free games, but
They free.
Fortnite, they're free, so we're gonna use them. But know what we not finna do? Give them a red dollar cent. Like, we just gonna keep the freebies going, and that's about it, real. Cause they free, and I think a Tech Talk Thursdays has been held together, or streaming held together and shut down because of Epic free games. So, yeah,
Not to mention giving out games nobody wants. I mean, and I think this is like with every
some that
publisher
people
or
want.
like storefront. They start off
Yeah.
strong, but then they lose that
Yeah.
steam real quick.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
Merge says that funding all these lawsuits and third-party app stores is expensive. Poll says, unless they're getting lean so they can be sold. Well, I mean,
That's also a possibility.
yeah, because it's not like
Them
Disney
Saudi-
ain't been in
them-
talks.
Yeah. It's either that or that Saudi those Saudi checks. Like,
But see, that's not selling. That's just buying shares in a company.
yeah.
But yeah, I have a feeling that might end up going Disney's way.
Yeah.
They can do more Star Wars and the volume with their Unreal Engine, the Disney owned Unreal Engine.
I think the thing that got me was I looked up and they had Hercules skins and I'm like, why?
Kev, you know why?
I know why, but why?
The House of Mouse. When the House of
But,
Mouse
like,
comes knocking.
but why?
I mean,
Why
also like
Hercules?
doesn't Disney have $1 billion free now
Yeah. Yeah.
for reasons to you?
I mean, I can't tell you.
Oh wait, is that another thing that we're blaming on AI?
Oh yeah.
I mean, see
mean,
that
not really.
it's directly AI that
Right.
freed up that money.
I mean, even to Merge's chagrin, like how many like Star Wars seasons?
They're all gonna be in the volume now.
Yeah. It's gonna be at least one Star Wars character per battle pass per season, whether they want to or not.
That's how they introduce it. There's a whole Star Wars movies in Fortnite.
Yeah.
You get to be you get to be Luke Skywalker. And more CEO fuckery.
Yep. Which can't stop, won't stop.
To Build a Rocket Boy is back in the news.
Oh boy, here we go.
Or Build a Rocket Boy, not To Build a Rocket Boy.
Yeah.
Also coming from Eurogamer, quote, we know we had without doubt the worst launch in history, end quote. Admits Mind's Eye boss as he says studio will share, it, quote, evidence of sabotage in game. Kev, he won't let it go.
No, I won't. Cause he's like, I can't believe my game was bad. I did everything right. I did the things. I tapped the buttons. I hit the keys. I paid for the marketing budget. Why is my game not game of the year? Why isn't Jeff telling my game that it's game of the year? Like why? Like why? Why?
So it's given Aubrey. And if you know, you know. And among the melanated, I'm sure we do. It's giving Aubrey.
Yep.
And now speaking to GamesBeat, Gerard had discussed Mind's Eye of Rocky Star and its future away from original publisher IO Interactive in more detail. Quote, we're very excited about this next chapter. We know we had without doubt the worst launch in history, and obviously there's many reasons for that, but we are planning to relaunch our game now that the interference has stopped. End quote. Gerard added Mind's Eye is now, quote, being very well reviewed, and that, quote, sales are increasing organically, doubling almost weekly.
I'm trying to figure out where he got that from.
I mean, I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. What is Mind's Eye currently rated as? Or rated at? Still $60 on Steam.
Which is laughable.
Well, it's mixed now.
Yeah.
I don't know where people see the charts for it.
Are you looking like you try Steam?
That's yeah. I probably need to go to SteamDB.
Yeah.
I don't want to see the most helpful. Oh, never mind. There it is. Show graph. I don't know. It seems like it's trending more positive than negative now.
Yeah.
So maybe he's on to something. Maybe it is actually doing better organically. I don't believe you. We need more people.
Yep.
But last off from Eurogamer, we go over to France, where France's leading consumer association has filed a lawsuit against Ubisoft over the Crew's online shutdown.
Yep.
Reuters via Yahoo shared the news on March 31st, stating France's leader consumer association, which is odd seeing this, UFC Crucier, I guess, said on Tuesday it had filed a lawsuit against Ubisoft over the shutdown of online racing game The Crew. Excuse me. While it does say, quote, the case could have sweeping implications for millions of players worldwide, end quote, we've been here before and so far not much has changed. We lost Anthem back in January 2 and no one but a few passionate players seem to care. So yeah, be interesting to see where that goes. And Nvidia is trying to get back in people's good graces after DLSS 5.
Although, I mean, after DLS 5, and they have to be in the people's good graces because they don't have certain assurances. What with the price of RAM starting to fall into almost the visibility of a normal person.
Don't talk to me until hard drives become available again.
Yep.
That's still a...
Yeah, that was the thing though. It was like, I mean, RAM, sure, but SSDs,
Nah, I'm talking about platters. I'm talking about platters.
Like damn platters.
Platters. I can't get me a 12 terabyte for shit, bro.
I'm just trying to get 8. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to get 8 gig. That's all I want.
This is from GameSpot.
Max and process.
This is from GameSpot. Nvidia is attempting to solve one of PC gaming's biggest problems: shader compilation. Included in an update that introduces new features for the RTX 50 series of GPUs, Nvidia has introduced a beta version of what it's calling auto shader compilation. With this enabled, the Nvidia app will dynamically determine when your PC is idle before kicking off shader compilations for your installed games in the background. Excuse me. Potentially freeing you from having to wait for the step to complete the next time you actually want to play. You're able to set how much space on your drive can be allocated to storing a cache of shader compiles, with more spacing allowing for more pre-compilations to stand at the ready for your most played games. You can also roughly specify when the process is allowed to kick in, which you should be careful with since shader compilation can be quite CPU intensive, so having it going while trying to do something else important on your PC at the same time isn't advisable. Auto shader compilation is disabled by default, but you can start utilizing it with the latest version of the NVIDIA app. Which sucks because it is tied to fixed series cards. Just my 3080 Ti is still fairly good. People are like the what's the mainly used card? Is a 3060, right? It's a 3060 at this point.
It's 3060. It's like 3060, the 1650, 1660 Supers. Yeah, like I said, 3060s and maybe like a 3070 or two.
So
Yeah,
you mean to tell me you ain't
mostly
coming out with
mid-range.
new features for a 3080 Ti?
No.
Fuck you. That's
Yeah.
all I gotta say.
Agreed, because it's like, Because
And
that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. No, because I was about to change the story.
No, I'm just saying, like, where, especially in, like, gaming, majority of PC gaming is on the mid range, and it's all like seems like so weird thinking that with mid range cards are pretty much popping up the whole of PC gaming. Like, basically the 8 gigs and 8 and 12 gig cards are holding up PC gaming because it's not on the big 90 class or 80 class cards. It's like regular schmegular people are running at a max cap a 70 Ti.
Right.
So yeah. Anyway,
Maybe one day.
one day.
And in news that should shock absolutely no one who is paying attention. But as Takal pointed out on Discord, major.house/Discord, apparently the writer of this article was surprised. Linux has hit 5% on the Steam survey for the first time. Thanks to devices such as the Steam Deck and the Steam Deck OLED, and then the death of Windows 10.
Oh yeah.
Linux has finally grown to 5.33% of overall numbers on Steam for March 2026.
Yep. Shout out to SteamOS. Shout out to Best Site.
And an update, if you are still refusing to update to iOS 26 or can't update to iOS 26, you're still on that latest iOS 18, please update your devices immediately. Apple released a software update for the Dark Sword exploit. Of course, we covered that last show. And of course, with that source code recently being leaked on GitHub, it's more important than ever to go ahead and get that shit patched as soon as possible.
Yes.
And on that note, that's all I got. Gentlemen,
Yes.
what say you? What have y'all been up to? What are you getting into?
I will be taking my time for the Steam 2. I'm sorry, Switch 2 shenanigans. So, Sin, please go first.
Aside from maybe some consideration in the future for where to get a refurbished phone, next week we'll see me doing family travels with nieces and nephews. It is coming up on a very particular time of the year, and so I will be doing that. And then I have a Oh wait, that's not this coming week. That's after I get back. But after I do return from um, that event, I have a meeting, and then we might have some news for the good people.
Nice.
Other than that, I think it's just going to be a normal weekend of possible D&D shenanigans. There is a sample sale that I get to catch tomorrow, and hopefully the weather holds, and I will continue doing being able to enjoy walking the streets and the city blocks and going to occasionally get coffee at places that are not that one place.
Nice.
But yeah, there's everything going on over here.
Do not be alarmed. I'm just doing something I did not want to have to do on camera. Kev,
Yeah.
what you got going on?
Well, let me take my time first. Regale you of stories.
Take your time, Pastor.
Of the entirety. Cause see, I weren't with you. We weren't with y'all last week, so I couldn't tell you about how and the escapades that it took me to get the Switch 2, and also so basically you get like double. You get how I got it, reasonings why I got it, and also a week impressions of what I feel about it as well as other things. So I decided pretty much looked at what exactly I wanted, because it was like post birthday. Looked at the dust had cleared, and I said, I think what exactly big do I want? And so I looked at what I had, I looked at what I needed, and I was like, okay, everything is good. I think I want a Switch 2. And so I said I would like a Switch 2 for myself. And my community and the people that I love, and both the community, the village, the tribe, the family, the matriarch had said, we got you. In collective, we got you. It is all good. Go ahead and get one. And so I did. And I got one, and I said, but where? And so I came up with, hey, I'll just do it Amazon, because I got the Switch 1 from Amazon. So I said, I guess I'll spit a lick on Bezos this time. It is what it is. Got it, and they were like, cool. It will be. I'm like, and I ordered it, and I said, oh, that's great. It'll be here tomorrow. And they're like, what do you mean tomorrow? What do you mean tomorrow? You mean the next day? I ordered the console one day, and it's gonna be here the next day. Nandato? So I was like, okay. Mad dash. Checked in with my mom. Said, Mom, you're good, because I'm gonna be, hawking the mail real quick. And so I was like, I did the mail. So I was like looking at the mail. Mind you, that was also a day when my mom had her nurse visit. My mom was fine. Mom was good. It's just treatments and such. So treatment and therapy and treatments. So we were like, cool. So I literally was like, all right, I'm looking for the mail, because I'm not thinking about Porch Pirates, but I just don't want them to leave it here. It might rain. So I was like, cool. I finally checked the camera. I checked the cameras. I was about to go in the back, so I had the cameras. I checked the cameras. I seen that familiar white truck. I was like, ooh, and I put the thing down, flipped, and reversed it, and ran out. I literally, and not only did I got there the first, the nurse was there. I almost breezed the nurse. Like, the nurse went like, whoop, 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 whoop. Thankfully, the nurse was out of the way. I was like, excuse me, nurse. And so I was like, I went in there, this really, really cute black lady was delivering the things. And I was like, are you Kev? And I'm like, yeah, I am. And by that time, I felt bad, because it's one of those moments where you're like, "Oh, I am woefully undressed for this interaction that I am with." I looked like a crazy person, but I came in.
Look, now Kev was like, "Oh, you got my package? I got a package for you too."
What's up? it was more like, oh God, a beautiful woman is looking at me. Don't look at me.
Are you
Don't look
being
at me.
perceived?
Don't look at me. I was a man once. You know, like, so I was really looking like Three Scoops of Bad right now. So grabbed it. I had to then wait patiently because I couldn't do it. I couldn't work on it because the nurse was there. So I had to be in the good son role, and I was like, I really have a Switch 2 in my bedroom. I have a Switch 2 in the box in the bedroom. And as soon as she left, I was like, okay, we all good. Dinner, you got dinner, you got drinks. Okay, cool. I got me time. Boom. And I jumped in that Switch 2, and I started pulling things out of boxes, transferring different things. I'm making dinner. I'm transferring data. I'm swapping out SD cards. I'm doing the transfer. I took a picture of the transfer and put it in the Discord, and I was like, see, this is what happens when you do. And you were like, Rachel was like, yeah, this is what happens when you don't. Yes, this is what I should have did.
But also can't do that when you were selling the console to get
you're
the new
selling the
one.
Yeah, so it's like,
Like, I didn't miss it. I just couldn't do it.
I just couldn't do
Just
it.
physically could not do it.
So we did that, and I'm making dinner. I'm setting it up. I'm like, I got it set. Basically, I have it downloading stuff in the background while I'm making dinner, and I'm checking in on the progress bars, and I'm like, progress bars good? Okay, good. And I'm going to the thing, and I'm setting it up on the run, man. I'm setting it up on the run. And I finally get it up and set up. I almost obliterated my island by accident because they were like, hey, do you want to start fresh or existing? And it had over to the start fresh. And I was like, no, existing. I don't want to lose ham slice. I love ham slice. No. So I finally transferred everything over, tried my island. The first game I ever played was like officially on the Switch 2 was Animal Crossing. So it was like, yeah. And I've been loving on it. I played a couple of games of Pokemon Unite. Pokemon Unite is smooth. It is so good. The Switch 2 is so good to play Pokemon Unite on. I am loving it. I probably will be streaming it tomorrow. But so then I did that. Got everything set up over the weekend. I went to Friday. I went to Walmart and I said I'm gonna get eShop credit, and I'm gonna get eShop credit for Pokopia and eShop credit for Tomodachi Life Living the Dream because I'm getting them all digital. Because I was going to do that for Tomodachi, but Merge bullied me into getting the digital copy of Pokopia. And by bullying, he said, I'm going to get the digital copy of Pokopia. And I was like, I think I'll do the same thing too, Merge. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it was bullying, but not bullying. By bullying, I mean, he suggested he was going to do something, and I just said I'm going to do it too. So yeah, and bully, not me, never. And by bullying, I mean like actually saying
Lightly
what he was going to do,
suggesting.
and I just agreed. He mildly suggested, yeah, it was like not even mildly suggested that I do it. He just said I am going to do it myself, and I'm like, I will as well on my behalf.
Oh no. Ow. Ow. Stop twisting my arm. Ah.
Ow, bullying, help, harassment. Like, so I went to Walmart to get the eShop credit, but then it was like, instead of doing that, would you like to just buy the code card? And I'm like, you can do that? I knew you could do that. I just forgot.
We
So I
literally
went there-
talked about it 2 weeks ago.
We talked about 2 weeks ago. We really did talk about it 2 weeks ago. And I was like, but I was reminded, like, oh yeah, I could buy the card. And I went and I just got the card, and I went there and talked to the lady, and I was like, it was like really the surrealist moment. It's like I'm literally talking to the lady because I was like, I think my mom went to go look something else. I went to go to the electronic department. I got the code card. I got the eShop credit. I was like light flirting with the cashier, and then all of a sudden I get myself and I turn around and my mom is in the little putt cart behind me, in between the laptops, just like, oh, what's good? How you doing?
You can't give Kev
crap out-
anything new because that's when he just becomes smooth operator.
Yeah, I was, a little, you know, I was like, it's like, it's some really expensive plastic. I'd be like that though. I'm like, so,
Ain't nothing, you know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
like,
I just come here. I drop this money on
I
this
just
all the
come,
time. You know what I'm saying?
I just come over here and get some games, whatever. But I kind of got like that, a little bit. So,
Look, I almost had to
no,
help out my boy. You know, I almost had to dip into that. I almost had to dip into the Pacopia fund. That help my boy. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm out here helping the people, man. I'm a man.
I'm out here helping the
pillar.
people.
I'm a pillar of the community. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a pillar of the community. I'm big on my squad. My little private internet. But anyway, so we got home. I'm telling you, that was the long. And I'll tell you, after I got that was the longest trip of like Walmart ever, because I'm trying to get out here, but they literally have these like expensive pieces of plastic in my back pocket, and I'm just trying to get out of here. And I'm like, I finally get home. God bless you.
Thank you.
I get home and I start putting in the codes, and I'm like, yeah, downloading the game, got Pokopia, made a video about it. People were like, oh, cool, go off. So finally, I was like, but even then, I was still waiting to get the my Switch dock, because my Switch dock, I had to order that from it comes with a Switch dock. I had to order a second one for my room because that's where I do content. So I had to. The only place you can get it from is Nintendo. You can't get official docks anywhere else but Nintendo. So thank you to you, Major, and thank you to Merge, because that made that purchase very easy, because that was gonna be a hard sell for me, but y'all made it so much easier, and I appreciate, and I really am thankful for y'all like investing in that, because that was a really needed thing.
No,
So I thank y'all for
good,
that.
man.
Hand clap praise for that. So I got that, but then I found out I ordered it before I ordered my Switch 2. But they had to ship it from Redmond, so apparently Devin Pritchard had probably, packed it herself and said, "Here you go. I'm gonna send it," because it had to come out from Redmond, Washington, which was wild to me, because it's like, dang, they had to ship it from the back. They had to ship that was that was probably like Doug Bowser's last shipment. So it came. I basically had my Switch 2 for like almost 4 days for that point, about 4 or 5 days for that point, and then I had to wait for that thing, slap that together, and finally was able to play Pokopia and Tomodachi Life, because I went to stream that first. And when I tell you Pokopia is going to be on my game of the year, I literally, we went into the area where the draw distance was, and I literally turned the screen back and forth, and I said, "Yeah, there's no way this game's gonna play on the Switch 1. There's no way," because there's a discourse of people being like, "Hey, we are going, like, why can't this game be on this Switch 1?" And I'm like, "Not with that draw distance, not with them particle effects. You can't." That draw distance? Do you see that draw distance over there? Can you see that? Watch me turn this camera. You see how smooth that was? It wouldn't. And still be at 60 frames a second? No, nah, no ma'am, no ham, no turkey. There be some times I forgot I was playing on Steam on the Switch too. I thought I was playing on my PC for a second. I'm like, wait a minute, it's kind of buttery. Hold on. So yeah, that's gonna be in there, and yeah, that was all that was my entire 1 week breakdown. So I had to do, yeah. So yeah, I like it. I'm enjoying it. My Switch 1 games run so much faster. I'm waiting for definitive additions to come out, and I think it has me really wanting to buy more Switch games, because I wasn't really considering buying Switch games or third-party games on Switch because of Switch 1, because of the poor performance. But now I'm more or less considering it. First demo looks amazing. I should try that. I should do what Major did for Pragmata. I should try that. That's a good. Thank you. Merge making a statement, and then I'm like truly considering it, and it was like, yep, merge this again. A little thing to cook if you let it. Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. So look forward to that video coming out. But yeah, I'm definitely considering games on the Switch 2 now, third party games on the Switch 2 now, because it used to be like PC and whatever my indies were, and then whatever like big game would be on PC, but now I'm like, I might actually like start looking into more games that are not on PC. I might actually start looking into more games on Switch, to buy more games on Switch too. So the more third party games. It's not first party games. But yeah, that was it. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Oh shit, there was definitely a preset I could have chosen here. Yeah, so don't mind me. I am actively trying to see if I can play Pragmata on my Steam Deck, which I'm just gonna say seems like the Switch 2 is performing better than the Steam Deck. But let's see. For me here, like I mentioned before, picked up these mesh nodes, so I've been kind of experimenting with that over the past week or so. I'm gonna go into my project talk, and we already know how people feel about it. I'm pretty sure that if Mastodon had a tool that would tell me how many people have blocked me since last week, we would see that number skyrocket, and how much I've been defederated from everybody else. But anywho, I have been playing around a lot more with Claude and Claude Code. Been kind of, because I've been interested to kind of get a idea of like how it handles taking in and reading more information that you give it. Also to kind of disprove the whole thing of like, or to kind of prove the garbage in, garbage out ethos, where for as long as I've been using these tools, I have not been led astray when it comes to figuring things out, when trying to fix things, when trying to get help with something, especially when it comes to solving very, very complex problems with Linux servers, any type of application, anything where there's an obscure error message. I've been able to kind of find and fix things using these AI tools. Because again, for me, it's just a supercharged Google search. So for me, I've been kind of using it to optimize a lot of the stuff that's been going on major infrastructure backend. For one, it has helped performance on DCA, on Desktop Analyst, the one site that takes forever to load. I'm not sure if Kevin has noticed since the last time he's uploaded, or since he's put up an article, where the website loads a lot faster than it used to. It used to take like 30 some odd seconds after signing in to get to the CMS or the WordPress backend. Now it actually loads in seconds.
I had noticed, but it was like, I'm always like the equivalent of like set it and forget it. Like,
yeah.
So I'm like,
I mean, and like I said, you don't spend as much time in there as I do. I'm in there like literally once a week. Yeah. So for me, that was something I noticed, like, this is a huge gain, like figuring out what was going on in the back end, what was happening with WordPress that was causing these delays, that was eating up all that time and loading the PHP and stuff like that. So being able to kind of go back in the back end, clean that shit up, and then get that time and that performance back. Discovering that apparently at one point I turned off fail to ban for almost all of the servers. So people were just wildly trying to hack my shit the entire time, and I had no idea. So going in there, one, finding that shit out, two, turning on fail to ban so I can start banning these IP addresses, and then going back and figuring out what was causing a lot of unnecessary traffic spikes on all these servers, only to realize that they were constantly being hammered, but weren't being handled when these attacks happened. So now there are fail to ban jails that fix that. However, Kev pointed out a problem, and because Kev was being very difficult necessarily, or I guess he was being difficult, parentheses positive, didn't have to be, but he was.
Yep.
It did inadvertently block a couple of actual legit IP addresses, his being one of them, but was able to kind of figure that out and was able to get it cleaned up. And again, DCA serving traffic very quickly, blocking IP addresses of those who are trying to sit there and get access to WordPress through known vulnerabilities. Merge. If there is something that is, but for real though, I am being dead ass serious. If there is something that is blocking you, please, if you are not able to access any sites, please do let me know. Yeah. At this point, it's not Claude's fault. It is actually failed to ban being super restrictive. But yeah, if you're not, if you are not able to access any sites, please let me know and I can try to get that fixed. Yeah. But it actually has been helping me optimize a lot of things, figure out what's going on, help me document what's going on my servers. And then like, hey, there's shit here that shouldn't be here. Or like you have old packages that you were using or that I was using at one point. I get IP man if I try to log in. Kev asked me to write something a while ago. Merge, hit me up. I'll try to sort that out. But yeah, kind of going through, taking inventory, taking stock of everything that's going on in the back end. That way I know, like, all right, this shit can be cleaned up. We could toss this stuff out. These were old things that I was working on that I kind of abandoned. Ports that are open that shouldn't be open. All that stuff, like helping me clean a lot of that shit up, get it out. That way these servers can be they're hardened now. Maybe not to the extent that they could be, but at least they are more hardened than they were before. And that's really what I want. Even going as far as, like, again, like just having the lay of the land is very helpful. It's been great kind of using it as kind of like a project manager. I've given my, like, actually discovering what I've used Kanbans for a while, but discovering what a Kanban actually is, what it's actually called, and what it's being used for, especially after going through Agile training this week. It's been really helpful to kind of get my thoughts organized, figure out, all right, what projects am I working on? What parts can I handle, take care of? It was very instrumental in getting the storage stuff straight. So again, I'm only looking at hard drives now because one, of that bonus from last month. Two, I actually was able to organize thoughts and make a plan to move files between different hard drives, keep track of where those files were, so that way I can get rid of a RAID array that I had, set up something new, and then bring that data back without losing anything. And without having to buy more hardware just to offload or having to send things to AWS so I can get more space to do these things. And honestly, during that storage consolidation project I was working on, that's what really sold me on using these tools for project management. Like, I don't do anything, like, I outside of Major's house and this other project I'm gonna talk about in a second, nothing is public facing. So again, it's not like I am creating something and saying that I am this person. I am not a project manager. I fucking suck at it. But having something that's helped me keep a lot of my projects in line and letting me know, hey, this is when things need to be done, this is the next step, has been very helpful. And it being so the other thing that is public facing, that is only public facing so that way I can get access to it just from anywhere else in the world, is a wiki that I created at notes.majorshouse.com, which is just like wiki articles of things that I have done. But then I asked Claude to say, hey, make a wiki article based off of the work that I just did. And then it'll sit there, because like what I do is when I'm working on it, I'll sit there and say, hey, I did this step, I did this step, I did this step. And as if I need help, I say, hey, I saw this error, could you help me out here? And then through that conversation, get it fixed. And say, all right, take this work, make a wiki doc out of it. Say, but I don't have to go back to you again. Or I don't have to go back to it, because I do not personify. So having that at my disposal has been very, very helpful. It's proved very helpful to where, like, I even created a hacky version at work, using VS Code and GitHub Copilot. It is hacky because it can only work in VS Code. It can only live in VS Code, because we only have access to Copilot. We don't have access to any other tool. So for me, I'm using, at home, I'm using Claude and Obsidian. But yeah, at work, I'm using GitHub Copilot and, just markdown files in a VS Code workspace, to keep track of like my daily activities. I bring in calendar information. I'll have it read the emails, suss out emails that may pertain to the work that I'm doing. And especially like when it comes to teams that are doing shit that I have no idea what the fuck they're doing, but I'm supposed to know. Cause then look, explain what this is. How does this pertain to me? What projects, like where does this tie into what the project I'm working on? And give me the next steps. What do I need to look into? What do I need to, who do I need to reach out to in the organization? Of course, because my boss is super into AI. He was very, like, when I told him about it during our one-on-one last week, he was very impressed. He's like, man, I got to steal that. And it's like, I mean, honestly, this is about the one thing I think AI is good for. But yeah, like, again, like like I said before, there are legit reasons for people to hate these AI tools. And there are reasons why people can be excited about it. But I feel like the two most vocal groups that are talking about it, the two loudest groups in the space, are doing it a disservice, because either you've got the boosters who are saying it is the best thing since sliced bread. It'll do everything for you, which is definitely not true. And you've got the haters who they will literally watch the world burn if it means AI just dies with it.
Yeah.
Which, like, again, like talking to people and saying like, okay, I get that y'all don't want, I get it that y'all want the AI bubble to burst and that all these AI companies just die in a fire. But imagine all the people who are going to be affected who aren't even in that space, who are just being affected.
Yeah.
That's too bad for them. They got to lose their jobs too if it means AI dies.
I feel like, so I've seen that, and this is one of those things where I feel like if we were in physical space, this would be me sitting on one side of the table with like a handful of points, and you sitting on the other side of the table with a handful of points, and us just looking at this like, we really want this to work out, but we just cannot imagine how, because it is the way that this, when it comes to the subject of tech, capitalism, all of that bullshit, always ends up coming up of being like, a thing has to collapse. I want to keep in mind, right? This is we are literally asking for like whole empires to cease to be. You know what I mean? It's one of those. There is always a conversation. I remember when we were talking about, like in the early days of things, shortly before you joined the pumpkin spice lattes, right? We were talking about just like the concept of revolution and being like, it's about to be some bloodshed in this bitch. And we were just talking about the whole things like general strikes. What happens if, like, who's gonna take care of us, or how we're gonna take care of each other if we start doing general strikes against gas companies, tech companies, Amazon, UPS, Starbucks, all of this other stuff. What's going to happen to the people who are displaced from these things? And it's gonna be like, that's gonna suck, but I think that's gonna have to happen if we're going to get any kind of like freedom from whatever this nonsense is. And this thing that you're talking about with the AI bubble in general, or like specifically, feels like that same larger problem in general of every time we just go, this is kind of a bad and unethical thing, and the people who have the most influence or control with it are people who intend terrible things, and it has to go. Okay, but what happens to all of the very normal people who are just like, I just want to do my job and go home and be with my kids and not have to worry about what happens if for whatever reason I get sick and I have to go to the doctor one day for like a routine checkup or something like this. And it's always well, that's going to suck, but that's going to suck for some people, and the people who it sucks for are always and routinely never the people who have billions of dollars. It's never those people. And it's always like the same kind of very tragic refrain of that song whenever we talk about literally any of these things.
And it's that conversation I'm trying to have with people who don't want to have that same conversation because they can't imagine a better world, where it's like, y'all want the tech to collapse, but what happens when that tech collapses? And I feel like nobody thinks about that.
No.
And it's always it's the same kind of, and when I say it's the same question, it's always hey, we need to fill in the blank here. Is AI at the moment for the purposes of the conversation and point you're making.
Right.
Just whenever you put something in here, it's kind of like, okay, but how are we going to take care of people if we do it? What's the plan there? And the answer is just a yawning void. Not because I don't think it's just because that people don't care, although some people clearly don't. It's just, we don't know what to do. We just know that this is bad and it's going to get worse if we don't do something. And it sucks.
But I feel like with AI, there is an off ramp for it, and people don't think about it. Because you don't have to wipe out the technology. That's the thing. Because this is why I have an issue with the hardliners talking about it has to just die. It's like, what? No, it doesn't. No, because again, I'm the person who spent nearly a month training my own to understand how that shit works. And I am here to tell you, it can work without having to do how we're doing it now.
But like say when it comes to the understanding of, is most likely people see this as a thing of like, oh, this is under capitalism, AI is bad. And I'm like, we are full agreement with that.
Right.
However, the AI itself is not bad. It's the people who use it is bad.
Not necessarily people. Well, not the people who use it.
Yeah, not the people who use it, but like
the people who are selling it.
Some of the people.
Okay, yeah, some of the people who are
some of the people are using it,
but it is mainly the people who are selling it, who are like, again, we can go after Anthropic, OpenAI, Google,
right,
Perplexity, but again, you leave Sam Altman, Sundar Pichai, Alex Karp, Peter Thiel, Elon Musk sitting right there,
right there,
getting away with it Because when this shit collapses, they do
That
not collapse.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm trying to get people to think, to get them to see.
Because
You can-
that'll just pivot to something else.
Right. We need, again, this is where seizing the means of production comes into place. We take what they have and let them fall.
Yeah.
And then we can bring this down.
Right.
But I guess the question there would be, and it's not something that I'm expecting you to answer, but that's always the question of being like, how? Now, personally, as the resident hardliner of the group, and even that's in air quotes at the moment,
Because
it's something that I said
we'll
we were doing.
switch positions real quick.
I mean, see, that's the thing.
It's
Though.
the,
It's like,
well, I mean, that's kind of the
any given day. Yeah.
it's, you know, as a resident hardliner of the group when it comes to this particular subject, the thing that I said at the beginning, because I was trying to give like a single crouton's worth of nuance of the subject, was the technology in and of itself, like as a thing, is amoral, right? It is, however, I'm just like, I don't think, given what I see happening in tech space and in, you know, like modern capitalist hell or whatever, that we're at a point ethically that we can use it without fucking up a whole bunch of things. I would rather it not be there than for it to be there in a way that hurts people, where like people aren't being considered and aren't being thought of. And every single day since then has just been, if I were able to scream without going hoarse or running out of oxygen, I would have been screaming now for about 2 years. So
it's the
where
thing
we're
of,
at,
it's the thing of, if you shut down the data centers, if the XAI data center in Memphis or South Memphis was shut down today, would Grok stop working? The answer is no.
So the thing there is, what you're asking about is, what do we do with the mess that they've made to date? The thing that I'm thinking about here is, I guess that's where we're at, is the camp of none of this should be here versus, well, I mean, it is, so now we have to do something. And I have been watching that part of it expand like this, because at some point when I was just kind of like, yo, we don't have the ethics for this and we just stopped doing it, it was this. Now it's this. And so more people, and I have watched that whole thing too, who used to be really hardlined about it, like absolutely the fuck not, have been like, I think we have finally hit the point where I'm going to have to reconsider the point that I'm at, because it has grown to such an extent and has taken up so much space.
I mean, and like that was me up until a month ago.
And so so that's what I mean. It is, I have all of that in mind, right? We have gone from being like, as a collective, being like absolutely the fuck not, to absolutely the fuck not outside of these very specific circumstances, to it's grown enough that I'm going to have to figure out what good I can do with I'm gonna put this, the best thing that I can do in a bad situation, or as much as I can reclaim out of what they are trying to poison at the moment. And it's just like,
So the thing is, but see, and that's the thing. It goes back to the whole garbage in, garbage out scenario, where you have people who are saying that it just gives you bad advice. It tells you the wrong thing all the time. It's like, one, no. If you keep thinking that it's this magic solution that you were being sold, then yeah, it's not going to meet that expectation. But if you go in knowing this is a computer, this is nothing but a glorified autocomplete. What it does, it just predict the next word that should come after a series of words that came before it. It's not making up anything. It's not thinking anything. Like, people are putting too much stock in what this tech is supposed to be doing.
I think some of them are, you are thinking about it as like from the standpoint of a developer. You're a person who makes and creates and imagines, right? A lot of the people that you're talking to, and in some cases talking about, are people who are, and I would put this in air quotes because obviously there's some gray area here. They are users and consumers. When you say this is an AI, and this is a thing that was talked about in the early days, and I have since come to agree with, is being imprecise about terms is kind of like fucking up the conversation in general in a lot of important ways. You're talking about, I have a thing that I am teaching to handle menial, repetitive tasks in a controlled environment, and I am aware of what the implications are. I have tried to minimize negative impact of using the thing, and so on. The people that you're talking to are the people who are just like that are just like, we want this thing to go down, are people who are just like, they read articles where thousands of books were consumed without artist consent, or where art was reproduced, or they're reading about things that people use Grok for on twitter.com or whatever. Like, that's the standpoint they're coming from. And those people want all of the systems that do those things burnt to the ground unconditionally. I can't really fault them.
Right.
that,
And like, again,
right?
not
But
I'm
then
not,
you're
I'm
just
not
like,
mad at them for wanting that.
and then
that-
you're just like, okay, but like there are really like regular people who kind of are caught up in the mix of this, and it's just kind of like, well, that's an unfortunate thing. But like when we say that's an unfortunate thing, you're just like, this is an unfortunate thing, and people are going to end up unemployed who don't need to, or otherwise impacted who don't need to, and these people are just like, I mean, I
Fuck
guess
'em.
that's bad, but the alternative is
They steal my art.
content the alternate is like, some people are thinking about art, and that's like the shallow end of the pool. People are just like, content warnings obviously for the things that apply here, right? They're thinking like, CSAM is on the docket and has to go. They're thinking about things like, oh, you know, the thing where these companies are building basically glorified chatbots that have told people to poison themselves and have talked people into writing a note and then hitting the hard factory reset, to use a term, on their own actual very human life. And it's just like, yep, all of that has to come up. And I think all of that is running in the background. The thing about AI that I see a lot is there are a lot of people being, like social media tends to do, a lot of people are being very loud about it, but they have a lot of passion about what they're talking about, but they're not having the same conversation.
And that's what I'm trying to get people to do. Is like, look, we need to, again, like you said before, we need to sit there, come to a general consensus of how we're talking about this stuff. Like, let's not mix terms. Words matter. Words have meaning. When it comes to the topic of Kevin and I were talking about this before you had joined us. If things were regulated properly, if we took the slow, careful, non-capitalist approach to this, if the profit motives were removed from the whole conversation, we would not be where we are now.
No, we weren't. As a matter of fact, like, just to put that in perspective, and I've said this before, so this is nothing new. If that were the case, I would absolutely be cheering for this, because I would be like, okay, cool. Let's see what we can, like, this is interesting. I see where y'all going with this. Well, let's see what we can do with it. But that's because people have like an innate sense of like bounds about what you do and don't do with it, and are like, oh, I can see where this is going to cause harm to a person. Stop.
But see, also a part of that conversation, a lot of the creators aren't going to like either, because again, we live in a capitalist hellhole society where it's like everything you create has to have value to where you can sell it. So like you bring up Perplexity destroying books. Well, if we lived in a society in which knowledge was freely available, like I mentioned to Kev, why are we having to pay for Encyclopedia Britannica? That is the world's knowledge collected and we have to pay a company to get access to books or resources to access that knowledge.
I
Or-
agree there, but I do want to say
Or
it is that, but not entirely that. But continue.
or like with websites, how you have a lot of people who like a lot of webmasters, people who run websites. They're like, oh no, Google returns searches in their AI results that are keeping people from clicking into our website, and that's taking revenue from us. Whereas, again, going back to the bad take that's now on bad-takes.com, AI can have my data. It's whatever. I wrote it. I'm not here to make profit off of it. I am contributing what I know, my experience, to the zeitgeist. Here is that data to contribute to that. I'm a person who, like, again, when I use Gemini, I'm like, hey, I need to know an answer to this. I don't have time to sit there and wade through Reddit to find an answer. I don't have time to wade through Stack Overflow or Stack Exchange or whatever the fuck it's called to get that answer. I need the answer. So it's like, I don't, for me as a socialist who feels like, or as somebody who definitely believes that knowledge should be freely available, it should not be gated behind, like, it should not be a profit motive to share knowledge with other people. I feel like there was a future at one point, had it not been for the end of World War II. We could have gotten to a point where a lot more information would have been freely available. Nothing would have been for profit. We would have just had the data. We could have trained models, ethical models on data, not have data centers run 24/7, 365, because we don't need new models. Like, I can download Gemma 4. Gemma 4 just came out today from Google. I can download Gemma 4, have that running in Olama, and never have to sit there and touch a training model ever again, or have to train that shit ever again. If I want to add more context to it, if I want to bolt on things to it, I have my 3080 Ti that I can use. Now I'm responsible for that.
So I want to ask
you
a
don't
question.
have to do that constantly. You don't have to constantly train the data. You don't have to constantly ingest data. You don't have to constantly train this shit. And I feel like a lot of people who are complaining about the environmental implications of this don't think about it. They don't understand the technology enough to say, hey, there are things we don't have to do. They're quick to say that, hey, a company could run without a CEO. Well, also, this LLM could just run and not have to be trained every day. We don't have to do this.
We don't have to, obviously, and we're going to have to come back to that one later for a couple of reasons. I'm going to say this one part right here, and then I'm going to just make a note about the time. Now, here's a thing, right? If I took profit motive and threw it into another dimension and it didn't exist on this timeline, I think there's also something to be said about I'm not saying that knowledge needs to be gatekept, but when it comes to people wanting things for their, like, being a creative person and feeding that information to the machine for whatever reason, it's this whole thing. As a person who makes things, imagines stuff, creates worlds, writes stories, has published work that exists on the internet, I want credit for those things. And when I say I want credit for those things, here's the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. If someone says, hey, I need to set up a server, an infrastructure, forum or something like that, and I want open source software to do it, or I want somebody that you like, the coolest person that you know, I'm not going to tell them to type that in the Claude. I'm going to tell them to talk to you. You are just like, I don't care if you give me money for this or not. I want to help people. I know that you know things. I'm going to tell people to come talk to you about the things, not to just like type into the ether and have the ether create them. I'm going to be like, this is a person who has poured their time and their life into acquiring the knowledge that it takes to do that ethically and responsibly and efficiently and make future considerations and all of this other stuff. That's important.
I will say at that point, I don't care.
I mean,
for me,
you
what I'm saying
don't,
is,
but I definitely do.
What I'm saying is, like, if I had that knowledge and expertise, I would freely give it up. If it meant that that information, that knowledge was shared with the public at large, regardless of whoever it came from, because at that point, that labor is now lifted off of me. I now have free time to do what I want to do because I'm not having to do the work. The information is out there. Again, that's why this if anybody wants to use that wiki, it's there. If anybody wants to reach out to me and I write something, I give them a set of instructions, share it with whoever the fuck you want. The credit means nothing to me. I don't care. Because I just want that shit to be out there. I want people to know, to gain that knowledge. I don't care where they get it from. They get it from me, they get it from you, they get it from Kev, they get it from Richard Stallman. They get it from fucking Bill Gates, they get it from fucking Elon Musk. I don't give a shit. I just want the knowledge to be out there, to be gained. And if it means less labor for me, to where I can do what I want to do, if I can go out and fly my drone because I don't have to worry about answering an email because somebody does recognize my skill and they're asking me a question, which, yes, that'll make me feel good. But if that wasn't a thing, if nobody was coming to me for that because the knowledge was just out there, they knew where to find it, I'm okay with that. I've made my peace with that. Because that means that I've now reclaimed my time. I have contributed to society. It is out there. I've done my part. I've done my labor. Now I can sit back. I can create. I can relax. It is about the labor for me. I don't care about the credit. It doesn't matter. It's about the collective good. I appreciate the love and support. Say, hey, he knows it, but it's like, look, I would sooner tell people too. Like, again, how I learned on fucking Google. If I can teach people how to find the information for themselves, then I feel like I've done my job as well as also building the thing. Now, if there are people and it's too difficult and it's too dense and I have to do it, then I have to do it. And that's fine too.
I feel like the other side of that argument, which you have also been on, is, hey, this doesn't exist. I don't know where this is. No one does this thing or no one makes it. And I think part of the conversation when it comes to credit isn't necessarily about accolades as much as a recognition of like history and lineage. Things, knowledge, whatever this is that we make, the stuff that we document or write down or commit to history or whatever, doesn't just come into being from nowhere. Someone did the labor to make that thing exist. It's not like I'm suggesting this because, like, hey, you need to have like awards or you need to have royalties or someone should pull up at your house with like $1 million check or whatever, or like lay down like leaves of gold whenever you walk by a place. However, it's the recognition that like the community that we have, the things that we have built, the systems that exist, the knowledge that you have access to come off of the backs of labor. And it is a good thing to recognize that lineage and the labor that comes from, so that when you contribute to it, you understand what you're contributing to and why that matters. That's important That's important to me. Art doesn't just come out of nowhere. Poetry doesn't come out of nowhere. Buildings and streets and roads and systems of government, whether they work or not, is a completely different thing. Don't just arise out of nowhere. And understanding that history of things prevents stuff like, man, I wish there were people out here figuring out how to build these systems and stuff in place, but it seems like no one does that or cares about it. Meanwhile, you've been sitting here in a void for 2 years being like, I have published free resources. They exist on the internet. Here's where they are. I have put this thing out here in like multiple discords and given that to people at a discounted rate. Here's where those things are. Here's this and here's this. Here's the records and the receipts, but y'all don't care to see them. I think that visibility is important. I think that visibility is important, and only to that extent,
I've gotten
the credit is important.
I mean, I've gotten to a point where that just doesn't matter anymore. Like, it's at a certain point. It's at a point where, as long as it exists, I don't care if I get that credit or not anymore. It's, what did I do to contribute to society to push society forward? If you found it or if you didn't, that's on you. But I've done the work. I've shown, hey, these things can be done. I can tell you that these exist. Whether you give me the accolades for it or not, I don't care. It'd be shitty, again, just like it'd be shitty if somebody did this, if they painted, like, oh, I saw what the Mona Lisa looked like, and I painted something to look like the Mona Lisa, and I'm going to say I'm the original creator of the Mona Lisa. Or I bought the Mona Lisa and I'm going to say I painted it. That's a problem.
Well, I mean, that when we talk about like things like credit, and when we talk about things like credit in this is the thing that you just said you don't care about, and this is the thing that I think is important.
If you are taking the credit for something you did not create, regardless of the creator, it's you just taking the credit for something you didn't create. That's what I have a problem with. But again, as the original creator, I don't care. I don't care if you give me the credit for doing it. Did it benefit you? Did it materially affect your life? Then that's all I need. As long as it helped you, as long as it pushed society forward, as long as we're still progressing, that's all that matters to me. I honestly, I just don't, it may be just the socialist in me now. It may be the class consciousness. It may be just I'm getting old and I don't give a fuck anymore. Okay. But I don't. Because like, again, as someone who's had to deal with it, as like someone's like, I've done all this and nobody seems to care. Nobody's looking. At a certain point, you realize you're just sitting there talking to the void. And it's like, you know what? It's just here. It exists. If you need help, this is where you can find me. This is mine. I put this up. If you want some help getting something like this, that's great. If not, here's some resources. That's great too. But once you, like, my whole thing is like people taking credit and trying to profit off of things that they necessarily did not create, or sitting there and trying to profit and then gatekeep information from people. Like, there are countless things that we take advantage of every day that we don't know who is responsible for. And the people, they know they did it, but they don't care. Like the dude who invented insulin, I don't remember his name. He sold it for a fucking $1 just because he wanted diabetes to go away. There are people who have created whole things, open source, freely available. Like, yes, they have their name on it, but I'm pretty sure, like, I know they don't want people stealing their shit and claiming it's their own, but it's like, hey, it's there. If you need it, download it, use it, have fun. Here's the source code. Do whatever you want with it. The fact that the Linux kernel is available for free, but Red Hat sells it to you, is fucked up. And the fact that Oracle came around, recompiled Red Hat Enterprise Linux, and it's then selling that because Oracle fucking sucks. my thing is, yeah, I would just rather benefit the collective, and I feel like there are ways to do that. Getting rid of profit motives and actually just doing things for the collective humanity is the way to go. But again, that's just communism, and we are too far away from it. I'm going to continue fighting for it, though. It may seem very antithetical to how shit in the U.S. runs. It may hit ears wrong, but that's what I believe.
And on that note, I think we should.
Yeah, we should go.
Disagree. Pack it up.
All right, yeah, it's look, this owl duo is very upset at me now. It's very sad. Also, my Docker containers have rebooted since all this happened. Yeah, let's get up out of here, everybody. Again, thank you everybody for tuning into a very, very, very long, very dense episode of Tech Talk Thursdays for April 2nd, now 3rd, 2026. Of course, you can find us in all the places. I'm not going to go through that list, but what I will do is thank Sin, thank Kev, thank the girl, Idiosin Anka, aka Idiosin Partner, and let you all know that no one is going. You could have been anywhere in the world watching any street. Damn. You could have been anywhere in the world watching any stream in the world. You could have been reading the tech and gaming news yourself, but you said, no, thank you. What we wanted was 3 hours straight of AI nonsense, and you delivered. Thank you. And all I've got left to say to you, people, is no one is going to save us but ourselves. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. And as always, I love you. Peace. How?
Wakanda forever.